Well, good day, footy fans, and welcome to Flagstaff Hill for round 15 of the Southern Football League, thanks to Filming Footy. The finals are just 4 weeks away, and these two sides are right in the mix. For the hometown Falcons, they lead a three-way tie for top, and for Christies Beach, they're locked in a two-team tussle with Cove for that last finals berth. In these games, it's not just the win, but also the percentage that may prove the difference. That makes every quarter, every goal, critical today. So thanks to Pro Build Australia, Air Diffusion Australia, and the Aussie Inn at Hackham, today it's the Falcons of Flagstaff Hill hosting the Saints of Christies Beach. Welcome everyone, my name's Phil Herden. Joining me today, up in the timekeeper's box, Ollie Riddle. Good afternoon, Ollie.
Great to be here, Phil. The weather has just held off this weekend as well. It's looking really good as our umpires wander out onto the field. Both teams are out there as well. Looking forward to the game.
Absolutely. It was a nice scraping kind of morning today, 3-4 degrees locally at 8-9 o'clock. But it's, well, if you're out of the wind, it's fairly pleasant. I think it's about 14 degrees. The oval in pretty good nick, considering we're at the end, getting towards the end of a long winter season, and a game, Ollie, where you think Flagstaff are favourites, but it's more than just the result. The margin is critical for both.
We're having a look at the percentage at the moment. Flagstaff Hill, 22 points, 71%. Happy Valley, 67. Ranella, 63. All tied on top. Percentage is going to be critical come the end of the season for both of these teams as well. Because Hallett Cove right now, what's the percentage there?
49.22.
Compared to what for Christies Beach?
52.68. And you think advantage Christies, but Christies have an extra win. They have a tougher game with Flagstaff and Happy Valley in the run home. For Cove, they've got the bottom three sides in the next 3 weeks, and they finish up with Happy Valley. So I suspect Cove could well make that up today. They're hosting Aldinga.
So you're telling me it may come down to percentage?
I have a feeling, unless either Christies Beach or Cove can upset a team in the top 4 or lose to a team in the bottom 3, it is going to come down to percentage.
You say that so dramatically, Phil. I think you're going to be right. Having a look at the changes today for Flagstaff Hill. Tyler Warren was a late change this morning, Phil. Both you and I picked that up. They do welcome back Mitchell Johnson, Mason Carney and Darcy Mitchell back into the team, which does mean Tice Lush is out of the side, as well as Matthew Walton, Isaac McCormick and Jack Chaplin. Do we have any changes to Christies Beach?
Yeah, we have a couple of big ones. Michael Maisie comes in. He is a big in. Harrison Butcher as well, one of the veterans. Isaac Churchill is out. The one that speaks volumes for mine is Callum Bennett was not named in the 21. I hope he's not named in your 21.
No, he kicked 6 goals last week.
6 goals last week and was named Christie's best. So
he thumped Ironbank there, a margin of 117 points last week for Christies Beach. But he does play Sam full reserves, I believe. So I assume he's out of the side to play up.
Yeah, out of that into the Sandful, which, well, he's a very handy player when Christies Beach need a goal scorer. So we've just got the players gathering. It is Kids Cancer Round this round, and Ollie, you've done a little bit of research on it.
Neuroblastoma Run to Cure Round is the official term.
Date on the Southern Football League calendar gone round, when all the clubs, which we really appreciate, get together in support of research and raising vital funding for childhood cancer, in particular neuroblastoma. I'm about to introduce a very special lady from our club who made it all, started it all back in 2014, and it's just grown and grown since that day. So we appreciate everyone's support over the journey, and particularly for being here and sharing the moment with us today. And Natalie Bunworth is going to introduce our very special VIP guest in just a moment, who's going to do the toss of the coin to get things underway for the A-grade game here this afternoon. So thank you, Natalie.
I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone. It's quite overwhelming to see so many people out here supporting today. So this is the third year that the Southern Football League has supported neuroblastoma awareness throughout the whole league. Flagstaff Hill, this is our 13th year that we've held our gold round, and it just gets bigger and bigger. I think it might have a lot to do with Kira. Yeah, really appreciate everyone. The Gold Laces support Childhood Cancer Association. So they're a South Australian charity that supports all families with all cancers here in South Australia and Northern Territory. The rest of the proceeds today support Neuroblastoma Australia, which is supports research into find
What maybe see next? Okay, he's looking out there. Yeah. I guess a bit lost in the hill.
up to about 2 years with the standard frontline treatment. So, and that's a lot when the average age of diagnosis is 2. So I'm going to hand over to our special guest, Kira. I'm going to hold your... That's right, I'll hold it down here, Kira. You would always be a long way away from me.
I'm really happy to see lots of people here to support kids with cancer like me. What I want to say, thank you for Flagstaff Hill Football Club for caring and helping so much. Thank you, Natalie. You are a true superhero to me, and I love you. I hope the Flaggy boys win today. Go Falcons!
She's done it tough.
So we're just having the captains come in for the coin toss.
I've never seen a coin toss in this particular part of the ground. It's so tense.
Better than in the change rooms.
It is better in the change rooms. Was it the AFL on Thursday night that had the coin toss like
In the
an hour and
change
a half
rooms?
before?
What's up with that?
I had no idea what was up with that.
Yeah. All right.
Players are off and they're getting ready now after that little ritual.
Yeah, look, I was having a chat to someone this morning about the difference between professional sport and the dollars and community sport that we get the pleasure of broadcasting. And I think one of the not that this is a joyous celebrationary thing, but the way that community sport wraps their arms around people.
Yep.
It's something I've really, really enjoyed, besides calling some footy with you. That's also...
Well, it's a pleasure calling footy with you too, Phil. Our umpires this evening, today, in fact, it's bright sunshine too.
It is
Austin
now.
Robertson, Isaac Jensen and David Curran are going to be our 3 in the middle, Phil. Haven't seen that yet this season. Jack Harrison, Bradley Cunningham and Drew Reynolds will be on the boundary, and Darren Hinks and John O'White will be between goals. What exactly are you looking forward to the most here today, Phil?
Well, I was just thinking, Ollie, does the fact that we've got 3 field umpires as opposed to 2 mean that the people who appoint such things think this is a game that's going to need 3 umpires?
I would suggest potentially, or these 3 umpires just don't want to do a lot of running.
Okay. And of course, we should check in. You had umpiring duties earlier today. How was it?
It was very cold. Put it that way, but it was a success.
How many red cards today?
No red cards today.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, look at that. Positive.
Fantastic.
What about the earlier games here at Flagstaff Hill?
Yeah, great segue, Ollie. Well, I know in the under-13s it was Flagstaff over Christies by 54 points, 9-7 to 1-1. Don't have a result from the under-15s, but given the Flaggies are 11-1, Christies are 2-10, I suspect the Falcons got up. Under-17 and a halves, it was Flagstaff by 60 points, 13-10, 88, Christies 4-4, 28. And in the reserves, look, Flaggies held Christies beach scoreless in the first half. The Falcons 12-7, 79, Christies 3-2, 20, 59. Just before we get underway, Ollie, as it looks like Christies are heading to the left of screen, Flagstaff to the right. A tip and a margin.
I'm going to say, this may be a boring answer, Flagstaff Hill. I'm going to say 21 points.
Yeah, I reckon Flagstaff may be around the 40-point mark.
40 points.
So let's make 29.5 the divider.
All right.
Okay, we'll see
anywhere
how we go.
higher than that, I'll give it to you.
After, depends who shouts the drinks after. Beautiful day for some footy if you're rugged up and out of the wind. Other games, we've got Ironbank and hosting Port Noarlunga. Also, Cove and Aldinga, we'll keep an eye on that score. Ranella and Morphy Vale play tomorrow. But we're set. Thanks to Filming Footy, Pro Build Australia, the Aussie Inn at Hackerman, Air Diffusion Australia. Southern Footy League round 15 action. The umpires are ready. The ball's aloft. And you're with Ollie Riddle.
Ball is certainly aloft, Phil. We're underway here at Flagstaff Oval. Darcy Mitchell is into the ruck for the Falcons, and they get the first clearance. No, not quite with Blake. His kick was smothered off the boot. Now that'll come inside forward 50. And a mark, not quite. Juggled, the right foot snap, maybe go towards goal. It's just in for a minor score. First behind, heading the way of the Falcons.
Yeah, Tane Mitchell with that shot on goal. Missing. Tane's an interesting one back this year. Last I have him on Play HQ was 2019.
Wow.
So usually when you disappear off Play HQ, it's because you go and play AFL because they don't use Play HQ.
Yeah.
Every other level of footy seems to. But
Well,
anyway.
maybe he has played AFL without any of us noticing.
So Christies in the alternate strip, which is sort of St Kilda in the front and Sydney in the back.
Well, they're both playing today. Maybe that's where the inspiration came from.
Maybe that's it. And by St Kilda, I'm talking about the one where they wear the thin stripes. But at least it's a good clash. And that's all I want, Ollie. I want a clash.
You want a clash. So boundary umpires getting to lock and load, and he throws it back into play. Falcons lead 1 minor score to nothing. Coakley's around the ball, going to wait before it gets picked up, and the boundary line will beat Christie's Beach regardless. We'll chuck it back in from pretty much the exact same spot.
Yeah, not too far from where I parked my car. I went for a drive around the oval for the first time in a while.
Do you want to know a fun fact? The one and only crash I've ever had with my car was parking on this oval.
Oh, really? Memories.
It certainly was
So
memory.
you parked in the street today? Is that...
No? Phil.
Meanwhile,
Sometimes you have to overcome your problems.
overcome your fears. Oh, well done. Inbound kick. Intercepted by Beer for Christie's Beach. Look, it's going to end up in the middle. So the long sleeves are the black sleeves. Okay, that was Chibnall going back and getting it. Not really getting clear possession of it, but in the end, a nice pick up and send forward. It's going to lob by the goal line. And actually, if it takes a bounce, has that gone through?
I reckon it has.
Holy guacamole. And I'm just picking up the play. I've got that. I think it's Cameron Blake.
First goal has been kicked from Flagstaff Hill, regardless who it was there on the scoreboard. And that would have been a sensational goal from... How far was it out, Phil? Was it the 50?
It was on the 50. And,
On the 50 directly.
And there is a breeze of some consequence to the southern end.
Do we have a number?
The Happy Valley end.
The Happy Valley and ooh.
So yeah, and that probably shows what if you put it up high enough, the wind will certainly carry it through. First blood to the Falcons.
Ball's back up and away we go. Mitchell into the ruck work again. And look at that. The Falcons, can they dish off a handball? They can. This is number 14. He's going to look forward. That's Nash. Up towards a similar spot from the last goal. And the mark hasn't been taken. In fact, we're going to have to ball it up right in the goal square.
Yeah, we've got 2 Nashes today. Daniel wearing 12, you wearing the aforementioned 14.
Kerwin
Ooh.
had it lost. It sort of thumped into his own teammate.
Friendly fire.
Darube was under there. Now a quick kick coming along the boundary line, gets over the top, and it's a mark. Intercept from Nash, who's going to put it back into the hot spot. Man in the front, had a big piece of it, didn't take the mark. Going to take him stopping now. Sable had it, lost it. One of the 3 didn't get it. Murphy's around the ball, hasn't picked it up yet. Darude's in there. Couple of players too. Rosman's one. Quick kick out, and again it could come back. Same man, it's Nash.
Putting an early ticket for the Dartfish beanie and Archie's footwear.
Yes, we'll be giving them away, and he's a man who's kicked, I've written it down, 55 goals from 13 games, Blake Aldridge.
Goalless last week.
I did notice that too. So in the big games, he couldn't quite fight. He kicked like 8 the week before, though.
Yeah, he's now just 7 behind Delahunty, and if he kicks 8, he'll be the goal-kicking leader tonight, because Ranella play tomorrow.
So Aldridge, from the pocket, It's going to be a left foot shot at goal. It's going to start right, and when it's a left foot from that angle, it's only going to stay right. Minor score for the Falcons. They've done all the scoring. They're now 8 points to nothing. Christies Beach are going to kick out, Phil.
Yeah, early danger signs for Christies. We've gone through almost 4 minutes, and we need a new footy. So Audrey's kicked it so hard he's flattened it. Okay. Anyone got a footy? Anyone? Boss kicker, you got a footy here?
So the football.
Oh, there we go. No, we recovered it. No, hadn't
found
gone
the
flat.
ball.
It just ducked out the back.
Come back from Happy Valley.
Yeah, almost on the side.
Oh no! We've thumped it into the post.
Ollie and I are in the timekeepers box. Who are our timekeepers, by the way? Peter?
Dan.
And Dan. So Peter and Dan will be in special comments throughout this afternoon, and we'll do our best not to distract their very important duties. But they built a nice hut for you, that's certainly for sure.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We have a footy. Kane Christies, they have not been forward of centre yet. And they're not looking to go forward right now as the Falcons hold it up. 5 minutes gone, Flagstaff 1-2-8. Christies Beach, Ollie, yet to score.
I know, a little concerning, but still early days. Don't have to worry just yet, Phil.
Of course, it was only 2 weeks ago that you were down watching Christies play Port Noarlunga, and they had it all over the Cockledovers early.
They certainly did. That was a real powerful first quarter performance, but after that, they sort of fell apart. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire said no. In fact, it was a late call. He's paid it. So a very late call, but probably the right one, I would say. That came from umpire Austin Robertson. And Kobe Hibbard, who kicked... Have you got it written down, Phil? How many goals did he kick last week?
2.
Only 2. 5. I thought it was 5 too.
Okay.
He kicked 5 goals, pretty much half of the score from the Falcons.
No, you are quite correct. Sorry. 5 last week, 2 the last time these two met. Wrong column.
Wrong column. So this is Kobe Hibbard holding the ball. Great tackle from him. He's going to line up 35 metres, very slight angle to kick the Falcons second. Looks pretty good. They like it. Flagstaff have the first 2. They are doing all the attacking.
Let me just see if we've got any update. Yep, we have a score from Cove 4 minutes in. It is Cove 1, Aldinga 1.
It's fascinating, Phil.
More where that came from. One thing I do say about Aldinga, they do the live scores very well.
Well,
And that's the one we'll be keeping an eye on. If Cove can win, what about Cove? 4 straight losses, total of 12 points.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I think they'll break it today, though.
Yeah, they think they should break it against the Sharks. And it's a nice tap over the back too, and this is a really nice work. Nash can pick it up and go. He waits a little, runs around him. That was really easy. Dart inside forward 50, misses completely everyone. In fact, it's rolling into the car park. So from 0 to 0.
Yeah, 3 centre clearances. A lot of inside for Flaggies, 3-0, and a lot of inside 50s to 0, and it will rebound back.
Good strong mark from Carney. He says Aiden Carney's going to put it back inside 50. Can load up and go long. Does so to the pack, off hands and over the line. And the crowd can get involved.
Yeah, little crowd there in the southeastern pocket. What do we call that? The Clarendon pocket, maybe, if you could go far enough.
You love naming your pockets and your ends and your grounds.
Plenty of lovely spots around the Southern Footy League. Clarendon's actually got a footy oval, just no team. There's Christies. Okay, they have the ball. They've had a couple of possessions. They've worked it out with hands nicely. This is where it's all come across for them. And sure enough, waiting was Mitchell Johnson.
Ooh.
He puts a hand pass out, and that's going to be holding the ball. So here we go.
Looks like a ball
no
up
ball
to me.
up. My apologies.
So players around the football. Now they gather and they go to Falcons. Back inside 50. Back where it's belonged all game. Thump from behind. Didn't really time it. Handballs out. Couple from Butcher. He had it. He lost it. He got the handball out again. Lots of players. Lots of them laying the same tackle. 2-on-1. And that came from Mark Lara. And we'll throw it back up. Beautiful
Beautiful day for some footy. Christies Beach trying to work it with handball, and they'll bring it around the outer side. Okay, and they found an open play. So, this is a Braden Hooper.
It is.
In the long sleeves. That's good because I know he gets a lot of the footy in most games. He's got it the centre wing. Again, Flagstaff have got the iron curtain set up here at the moment. They'll see it towards the boundary line right in front of our intrepid cameraman Josh, giving you the great pictures this afternoon. Josh has got a coaching licence this afternoon. He's up in the Flagstaff coaching box. He doesn't have a mic. No doubt he's sharing his football expertise.
Oh, of course.
With Sam Farrelson.
That's why I'm tipping Flagstaff, Phil. Purely because
that's
Josh
why I
is in
gave
there.
him an extra 20 points than you did.
Oh, there you go. You reckon he's 20 points to the good?
I reckon Josh has got 3 goals in him. He's seen enough this year.
He certainly has.
He's had to put up with us a lot too.
One of the big inclusions, Michael Maisie, 20 goals from 10 games. We should mention he's out in the field. Yeah. Hasn't seen a lot of it because it hasn't come down that end, put it that way.
And Darcy Mitchell back from representing South Australia. South Australia country against WA country, which they won last week. Haven't seen him as yet. Won't be long, I'm pretty sure.
Good strong mark there.
And who is
coming
it?
from him,
Who is
Darcy
it?
Mitchell.
Tell me. I love that.
Phil finds himself hilarious.
No, prophetic. Some might say pathetic, but prophetic it is. He's going to take a shot.
Not prosthetic.
Not yet.
So this is Mitchell. He's a fair while outside 50 at the moment. He's a long run up though. We'll see how his kicking is early, Phil. He can wander in from 40. The shot is off and the umpire hasn't moved.
Right.
Straight over the head. They've got the first 3 in the match. And Flagstaff Hill are everywhere.
They are everywhere, and right now we are playing in one half of the oval. The Falcons 3-2-20. Christies yet to score. I know you're hanging out for it, so let me do my best to bring you a score update. We do have an update from the Cove. It is Aldinga 1, Cove 1-1. 7.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. 8 minutes gone in that game.
So Hallett Cove right now on live scores are equal points for Christies Beach. But the Saints would have the percentage. Mundy from the centre of the ground. Going to put it up towards the wing. Good mark. Well done.
Here we go.
Now they can boost forward. Umpire says play on. So Sable goes towards the northern pocket. Couple of players running towards the football. One being McAvar. Handball backwards. Now the shot. A banana, but it's not going to quite get really anywhere near the goals. It'll just go through for a minor score. Put it that way. But they are on the ball, Christies Beach.
Yeah, that'll be a relief. No one likes seeing donuts next to their name.
Well, the B grade had a lot of donuts for most of that game, but they got a couple of goals towards the end.
11 minutes to go in the third quarter. They scored a point, and 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. They scored their first goal. Backed up by a second pretty quickly. Obviously, Flaggy's in shock having conceded one.
Lee inside forward 50, bouncing ball. No one can mark it. Lots of players. 1B Mundy around the ball. Couldn't get to Brockwell Murphy. Another Murphy went in too. And we're going to ball it up here. Thing about Daniel Lee, he kicked 16 goals for Wollonga last year. Made the travel up from Victor Harbour Road to Christies Beach. Been a good recruit, Phil.
Yeah, the games I've seen of Christies would be about, I think, my 4th I've seen them. He's usually been in the best players. In trouble was Rosman. Somehow got it away. Flaggies will clear momentarily. They're in the middle. Hibbert's got the Saints runner.
And that Christies pad very, very lucky to hold that ball up because there was about 3 or 4 Falcons around him.
Thomas Kerwin was the player with the ball.
Ball thrown up. No one yet to pick up possession. Nice spinning move from Johnson. And away they go. Look at the Falcons. Inside forward 50. Good ball movement so far. Has a pin towards goal. Hits the post. Yeah. Minor score. They are 3-3-21 to just the 1 minor score for Christies Beach. We are 13 minutes gone, Phil. And this is starting to get out of hand. Whoever have had more ball movement their way.
Well, of course, Flaggy's frustrated. Just their second loss of the season last week. Of all teams, getting swept by Happy Valley, the Farrell Baxter Shield staying at the Vikings. That one is not far off my go, had on the full. So, yeah, that'd be a bit of frustration from that. Probably a slightly harder week at training and a chance to take it out on someone this afternoon. And that unfortunate someone looks to be Christies Beach. who do have it in the hands of Brock Wall Murphy.
He's going to go inside forward 50. Heap of players underneath this ball. No one can mark. Nice pickup too. And he just saw a team out wider. This is Hooper. Hooper on the left boot. Starts to bend it back, but it's not going to be enough. It's a minor score for probably their most impressive player so far this season, Phil.
But over the season, yeah, agreed.
Look at that.
You and I are in agreement. Oh my goodness.
And the commentary right now, we agree.
Yeah. Round 15, we got there.
This is Rosman, who handballs off and now they're in problems. Maisie should go in, bouncing ball. It's a minor score again.
Oh, dear.
3 points now to Christies Beach, and that really should have gone in.
I was about to say, we talk about Christmas in July. It's now August. That was a gift wrap present that Maisie just did not make full conversion with. But at least Christies Beach getting a bit of time in their forward 50. And I think the Flaggies defenders will think twice about how they clear it. As another turnover. Oh, here comes the freight train. Jesse Skeff comes in, lays the pain, gets the free. Saints never saw him coming. And Brockwell Murphy was caught frozen. Rosman went left, chose right. Heading to my blind spot, Ollie, so I'll hand it over to you as it's marked by Mason Carney.
Well, that's exactly what I would have said, Phil, so maybe not much of a blind spot after all. Short kick, even wider. Another mark, heading the way of the Falcons. Hugo Nash, who's had a lot of the ball so far. Inside forward 50. 1-on-1. Aldridge was a target. That's a pretty good idea, I must admit. Handball out wider. Now Larrett. Larrett's in a bit of a trouble. Got a handball over top. Uses it well. Waiting for the handball. Rugby style, but he didn't know it was coming to him. And in the end, Lee's pushed over the line. And we're going to have a boundary throw in deep in that pocket.
Down the broadcast, school wing. Flagstaff Primary School just a bit behind us.
Shall we check out some of our sponsors, Phil?
We should, yes. Pro Build Australia, the Aussie Inn at Hackham, also the Christies Beach Hotel. They're part of the R.D. Jones Group. As Flaggies say, enough of the sponsors, let's play some footy. And the mark's been taken in the pocket.
And we'll just wait and see for
You
this
got a
player
better
turn
view of it than
around.
Nathan Beenham, the captain.
It certainly is. It's the first time I think you and I have seen him this year too.
He was a best on field last week in the loss to Happy Valley.
And he kicked 53 last year as well, which is a big number for the Southern Football League, although Aldridge has already topped that this year, so maybe he's thinking something different. Beaton puts it through regardless. Number 4 for Flagstaff Hill, and I think Josh is probably the coach of the year at the moment.
Yeah.
He started really well.
Whatever Josh suggested to the coach's booth that he's sharing has been taken on board, and Flagstaff Hill thus far, 24-point lead. Checking over what's happening at the Cove. Cobra's 2-3-15, Ordinga 2, so 13-point lead. So Cove looking to break that 4-game losing streak. I mean, we'll try and get a score update from Ironbank, Cherry Gardens and Port Noarlunga, but fair to say, outside of maybe percentage for the bottom 3, it's not a game of great consequence. Port Noarlunga are playing finals, but it would take one of Flagstaff, Happy Valley and Ranella to completely collapse for Porties to get the double chance. And
so we've got a player here who's currently on the ground, Phil. Not sure which player. Could be Joshua Duru, but that's just a guess.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what happened. I missed this, Phil. I think everyone missed it.
Waiting just a quick recognition of the Southern Football League sponsors for this year. We thank them for their support. The Fluo Milk Company, Air Diffusion Australia, South Cloudy, Web Design, SA Landscape Supplies, the Master Plumbing Association of SA, Paladin Sports, as that player is up but will be coming off, Sharon Sports Centre, All Frames and Mirrors, Belgravia Apparel, the PW Collection Dartfish and the Youth and Sports Foundation.
So he's kicked 7 goals this year, Joshua Darude, who's coming off now, all of which against the bottom sides. So it was a big opportunity for him, but he may not get back on the ground. We'll see what happens. And, it's a long day, though.
Yeah. Well, he helped grow your musical education as well back in round 2. Bit of a worry if he doesn't know what team bench to go to.
So play moves on from the centre circle. Quick kick over his head. Not going to get much of a distance. Christies, bit of a fumble. Nash goes in as well. In fact, he waits. And the umpire, Austin Robertson, is going to say, give it to me.
Confirming is Josh Daroud.
Yes, it was. I can pick him, Phil. I can pick him from a long distance. You've got your binoculars, but I've got my young eyes.
Yes.
Over the top was Brockwell Murphy. He just sat on that ball, and he's going to get a ball up.
I still challenge you to call footy at Bice Oval without binoculars. On that other side. One thing about flaggies, I'll talk about the scrape a little bit later. The ground, the middle of the ground is elevated. It's the best way I can describe it. It does have a bit of a slope side to side.
A tiny bit as they go across goal, and the mark's been taken just. And I believe this is, in fact, I can't quite tell. That's Hooper, pardon me, who's going to go along the inner wing. No one can take a mark. Had it lost it. Mitchell tried to just kick it out in midair. Didn't. Mundy's on his knees. Handball to the side. Going to work out for Lee. His handball was intercepted. Now they're just going to sit on top of it. He knocked that back in, Daniel Lee, and he's only going to get a ball up.
So, not far from time on. Pretty much take out about 3 minutes, and the ball has been played in the Falcons' half of the oval. I mean, they have the breeze. Is it a 4-goal breeze? Not so sure.
Certainly not a 4-goal breeze, but it's a 4-goal game at the moment. Maisie puts it over to Sable. Sable, well, he tried to get a kick away. I'm not sure he did. Umpire says holding the ball advantage. And Aldridge along the inner wing, not his usual position.
Well,
they're going to wait here and hold before they go inside 50. The Falcons takes a bounce. He's strutting out there. Puts it towards the mixer, as they say, and it's knocked over. And Lee will help it through for a minor score.
I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody tackled by losing their Guernsey. That'd be a different way. Yeah. Guernsey held firm.
I can see my car in the background. Maybe I shouldn't have put that behind the goals.
Behind the goals, Ollie, you're adventurous.
Yeah, very adventurous.
I already had one altercation here from what you were telling us before. And Christies, well, I'll come back to that because Christies have moved it beautifully. Nick Paparella from the half-forward flank looking and trying to find and got there to Saxon Allen. Christies Beach, that's their play of the day by the length of the straight. That's not Sax, no, it's MacIver, I'm pretty sure.
So MacIver, Sean MacIver, who kicked 3 goals last week, he is yet to feature in the best players. But that's how well the Saints are going.
3 A grade games, 6 B grade games, 2 for Roxby Downs.
Roxby Downs. Have you ever been to Roxby Downs?
No.
Nor have I. I imagine it's very barren.
Straight in front. For the first Christie's goal, no. I mean, one thing that Flagstaff, even though they're 4-4, their kicking for goal has actually been very good. Most of the behinds have been off hands, rush behinds. Margin back to a straight 4-goal margin as Flagstaff bring it out to Josh Rosman.
So the Falcons have had 4 more scoring shots, not including rush behinds. That really is the difference at the moment, especially the ground percentage. I imagine if you were to look at the percentage of where the ball's been, Phil, the majority of it will be to the right-hand side. Yeah,
the hot spot, or whatever they call it, would have green down one end and red down the other, that's for sure.
So they want to cross the field, and they do. This is Mackenzie Short, who's going to go towards the centre of the ground, and it's a mark. Slowly they're taking it, Flagstaff Hill. This is Chef. Push it out towards the inner wing. Slow kick, so this time it's dropped. So now it gets a little more exciting with Nash. Going to put it towards the top spot, and it's marked. And it's that man Hibbert again, in between 2 of them. It was caught, and it was Lee. And in the end, Hibbert has the football, and he's going to go for his second.
Yeah. Pretty high percentage shot, you would think.
3.5, just over, yeah.
So he's wandering back about 15, 20 metres, puts the grass in the air, Phil.
Yep.
If you're going for shot, are you going for goal, would you put the grass in the air?
On a windy day, yes.
Is today count?
Yes.
I'm not so sure it's that windy. Hibbert, easy goal, should put it through, and does. Falcons have the first 5. And this is a quarter from hell for Christies Beach.
Yeah.
We got a score update from Hallett Cove.
Oh, head that way just for you, Ollie. It is Aldinga 2, Cove. Just in front of my eyes have kicked a goal. 4-5-29. So the Cobras by 27. Here the Falcons by 30. On track for a 200-point turnaround at that rate. And if that does happen, I think, and I've got a live calculator. If I get the both scores, I can tell you who's fifth tonight.
Wow.
Which I think we're going to have, well, unless there is a major upset somewhere, we're going to need that on the final round.
I think you're right, Phil. Ball's been pushed back up. Aldridge got the handball, and oh, look at the sidestep there. Beautiful stuff from the Falcons. We're going to push it inside 50. Couple of men holding. In the end, the mark's taken by Butcher. Going to go wide. Couldn't find the mark again. Chibnall down at the outer wing. Mark's taken again. So Samuel Bear hadn't seen a lot of it. And that's a short kick, and I'm not even sure that went 15. The umpire's paid it. And now we'll push it to half forward. So it's good ball movement if I get it out. Maisie, inside forward 15, and just setting it up. And a couple of players fell over there, and the mark's taken regardless from Mackenzie Neild. And he kicked 3 goals against the Falcons earlier in the year and kicked one in the finals on them last year too.
Yep.
So a bit of a favourite team.
And he's one player who has picked up the iconic Dartfish beanie and the Archie's footwear.
Is that so?
You know, the big result, Christie's 1-point win over Cove.
Set shot, 30 metres out, slide angle, and again Christies Beach can't find the guys. 26 minutes into the first term, and they've kicked 5 behinds, all of which could well be misses.
Yeah, and there's probably about at least 3 of those that
should have been goals.
You think should have been goals, which would make this a far more even game than it feels like right now. That's a huge kick out.
Massive.
Almost made it to the tea saucer. Okay, Christies Beach on the rebound. Long kick to the top of the square. Flagstaff have the numbers momentarily. Push it out. Kick towards the bench. Picked up by Sable, but taken out of bounds. Sable not happy. But his mo game looks pretty good.
Oh, well, that's all that matters, Phil.
Yeah, well,
sure you had a mo back in your younger days?
Footy's only for 3 hours, the mo's for a week.
I suppose that's true. So Mitchell does man wrestling in the right, and we're going to have another crack here. In fact, no, Maisie's got the free kick, a little high, says the umpire Isaac Jensen, who I spoke to earlier in the game. His dad's a big umpire too. Earlier in the day, mind you, short little kick. Could be a high free kick, not paid to Mackenzie Neild. Lots of players around it for Flagstaff. And now they can go off to the side. Plenty of players out wider. And we're going to wait for Benham to pick up his football right towards the half-forward spot. Didn't pick it up in time because he smashed to the ground.
Almost too intense on the tackle. Yeah, it is.
Free kick for holding the man there. And as I was speaking about Isaac Jensen, his dad got him into umpiring. The dad says, I got him into it. The kid says it was forced.
Okay. Aldridge has taken the mark in the pocket. I mean, when you're a parent, Ollie, and this will happen to you eventually, like when you're a parent, it is always a mixture of a little bit of forced things, because umpiring's not easy.
No.
Might just be a little bit of bribery.
Well, I'm sure he loves the bright sunshine today too. Aldridge steps in for the check side. Look at that. And to go through? Yes, it did. Blake Aldridge on the siren. His kick goal, 6 for the Falcons. And how'd you see the quarter, Phil?
Falcons, and Christies Beach shot themselves in the foot with some poor kicking on the limited chances that they had. That went about as well as Flagstaff Hill and Hallett Cove could have hoped for.
Yeah, I think Hallett Cove will be rubbing their hands together. Blake Aldridge there, who kicked a massive 7 goals a couple of weeks ago, and blew the goal-kicking race wide open now because Zach Sprout is injured. He's up to 55. Really only got Liam Delahunty from Manila to compete with. But first quarter was all one way, 6-4, 40 on the scoreboard to no goals, 5.
Alrighty, so
259.
goal kickers, I've got Hibbert with 2, Singers to Aldridge, Beanham and Darcy Mitchell and Cameron Blake. Christies Beach yet to register. We will take a break thanks to ProBuild Australia, the Aussie Inn at Hackham, Air Diffusion Australia and Demand & Co Real Estate. You're watching the Southern Footy League thanks to Filming Footy. All right, well, Avengers Assemble. Who we got there? We got the Hulk, we've got Deadpool, we got Iron Man.
I think the guy on the right is Indiana Jones.
Could be. Where's the whip? Sherlock Holmes, maybe, with
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
That's what I think of Auskick.
Okay.
Shots off for Christies Beach. Big opportunity for them. Can they finally put through their first? No, they can't. McAvoy has put it to the right-hand side.
Well, they've got 6 points, courtesy of 6 shots. Margin back to 34. Flagstaff bring it out. Carney couldn't quite grab it. As in, oh, we've got 2 Carneys. We've got Aiden and Mason today.
Glad you just worked that out.
Yeah.
So now Neil puts it back inside forward 50. A couple of players going to run it. Haven't seen Short as of yet. Now he gets near the ball. Doesn't pick it up, though. And bursting through. Nicely done. And we're going to take a while before Short, the other Short for Flagstaff Hill, knocks it over the line. And we're going to chuck it in. So deep in the Christies Beach pocket, where Flagstaff kicked 6 goals to begin the match before quarter time. Maybe the Saints can finally get there first.
Yeah, I've got an update from Ironbank, where Ironbank Cherry Gardens are playing Port Noarlunga. Port Noarlunga leading 5-3 to 2-3 at quarter time. 3-goal margin. And it's Cove leading Aldinga by 21 points. Of course, tomorrow, Ranella and Morford Vale. So, g'day to Jared Lever, who's watching, because, of course, his beloved Wineflies have got the afternoon off. But back in action tomorrow, traditional rivals.
So this is Kirk, who, fun fact about Kirk, is he puts someone on his ass. Used to be my school teacher, would you believe? Mark Stacken used to be my PE teacher. So nice to see he's still got his fitness up.
Still trying to work out, how do you get a grade in PE?
You get a grade based on your personality, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you contribute with all the games, you get a good grade. So Mark's been taken. It might come back. In fact, our handball's on to Neil. This is good work from Christies Beach. Had all the play so far to full forward, all the way through. Touched on the line, says the umpire, Darren Hinks. And that is no goals, 7 points for the Saints to begin this match. And it's starting to get out of hand, put it that way.
It's getting cruel now. And now the breeze just gusts up a little bit more, which would have probably carried it over the line 10 seconds ago. But you can certainly see goals are kickable that end from the 50-metre arc.
So Mitchell laid that tackle on Neil. Going to get a ball up here from umpire Austin Robinson. Throws it up. We're back under and away we go. Mitchell tapped to the side. Comes through. Quick kick forward. Bounced over the heads of pretty much everyone there. This is Mundy. Likes a lot of the football. Can't quite pick it up though. Instead he waits, but the Falcons can dispatch and move it off to the side. Mark is taken from Bradley Patterson.
Well, that's where a fair bit of the footy's been today in the southwest. I guess that's kind of the reservoir pocket.
Another name for you?
Yeah, just trying to add some
Enlighten us.
geography of where we're at. It is pretty much a north-south ground here.
Do you spend all your week looking at Google Earth?
Just when it's part of the prep.
Just part of the prep. I imagine you can just scroll Google Earth all day, hours upon hours.
Flight radar's the one that gets me.
You're someone that will sit down and watch a plane from start to finish?
Yep.
Wow.
And dream I'd like to go there.
Oh, I'd like to go there.
Christies would just like to go through the goals right now. As Hooper couldn't do much about that. Hugh Nash has it. Just the outer side. Centres the ball. Gee, there's a couple of loose Falcons in the forward line. Tane Mitchell is the one who has it. Centres it up. Oh, that's where all the loose Saints were. One of those including Harry Court, who did exactly that.
Oh, boy.
Darcy Mitchell's brother.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Tane. Yep. That's
3 years playing college basketball in the States.
okay.
That's why he was out of football.
Right. Okay, we have the Tane Mitchell mystery solved.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, college basketball in the States just been advised. I guess they don't use Play HQ, Ollie.
Ah, wow. To their disappointment.
What are they missing out on?
So handball came all the way back. Umpire's called a free kick here. It's heading the way of Christies, to Flagstaff Hill, mind you. This is a good opportunity to bang home another one. Their second time inside 50, 4 1/4. Cut off, although dropped mark. Lots of Saints around the ball. One pushed out wider. Couldn't quite pick it up. Now Aldridge has a snap. Left foot. Look at it sail through. Aldridge cannot believe that. Nor can the crowd. Flagstaff Hill have goal number 7.
He positioned that exceptionally well. Not just the magic kick, but when it went through, he was suddenly in front of the Flagstaff faithful and had a chance to look at them and appreciate their appreciation of Flagstaff's 7th goal. They are rocking and rolling. As are Cove, they're 5-5-35, Aldinga 2-2-14. Similar time gone in the second quarter. So, Cove look to be making up that lost ground on the battle for 5th, which won't be decided today. But finals are on the horizon for sure. And
how many weeks until finals?
4 weeks today. We'll be calling a qualifying final, Ollie. 4 weeks today.
How exciting is that? As Mundy had the ball and they just pile on top of him.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a ball up here.
I mean, who will be the minor premiers? I mean, that's a big question to ask. Flaggies, Happy Valley or Ranella?
Well, they don't host home finals, so whether you finish first or second, it doesn't necessarily matter. Look at that from Aldridge. Still pumped after that last goal. Sends it inside 50. Lots of players run it, but shove from the side. Umpire says that's fair. Play it on. Can't quite pick it up, and he's wrapped and thrown over Carney. And we'll chuck it back in. That was Aiden Carney there, who featured in the best players for the last 2 weeks. We'll see if he can make it 3 in a row as the Avengers walk around the goals. They're not really flying. I'd expect the Avengers to fly over if they want a sausage, Phil.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just slowly walking.
Not great news for Christies. Just of Josh Darude. Hand, ice bandage, dressing gown on, heading to the car park.
So a nasty end of his day.
With some assistance, so I assume he's going to go and get checked out.
So Flagstaff Hill with a free kick right in front of us here, Phil, and they can put this through for goal number 8 if they're careful. So Christies Beach have had a horror start, put it that way.
Yep.
This is Nathan Beanham shooting for his 2nd. Missed a large chunk of his season, but he's back in form now. And a lot of players are coming back. We were speaking to the timekeeper who's right next to us, Phil. How many players were missing last year? Last week?
Probably 10.
10 from last week, even more last year in the finals, and Beadham's put that to the left. So they've had a horror run with injuries, the Falcons, but they're all starting to come back, and they're already sitting on top. They're on top of the ladder, Phil, and they've had a bad run with injuries, put it that way.
Yeah, look, it's going to be fascinating. We've really got 3 different battles that are exceptionally tight. No chance to talk about them because Christies, their transition work a couple of times has been brilliant. If they pick up, they're going to get the shot on goal. Well, it beats through. No. Getting in the way was Daniel Nash. I think that was young Paparella.
It was Paparella who had that shot.
Number 6, it showed. I mean, had that not have been intercepted, it was going to be a goal. It's coming.
So the ball in the centre of the park here, but inside 50. This is Blake. He's going to he'll kick the first goal, mind you, of this match. He's going to slowly wander forward. Mark's taken through Jesse Sheff, who kicked the goal in the finals last year against the Saints.
Yep. And he made
the finals too.
The tackle of the day so far.
Mark's taken. Is it paid? Yes, it is. He wants to move it quickly so the umpire can't make a call. Blake back in the sand on the ground. And now he's going to take off. No one to his left, so he goes right instead. Ordinary looking kick. Not a mark. Have to get back up and now move it quickly. This is short. Not used to spending so much time around the football, more as a defender. Nice handball forward. Johnson works it around the side. Rosman, short kick. Maybe a good one it is.
Cameron Brown in the pocket.
And a chipping ball for Mitchell all by himself. Easy mark there. And Cameron Brown, today's just game 4 for his season. His first back-to-back A-grade game. Can't even speak. A-grade game too.
Well, they took the scenic route to get there on that one, Ollie. That looked anything but calm and poised until they got to the outer wing.
I'd have to agree. So this is Mitchell. dead in front, 40 metres out. Flagstaff Hill have seen a lot of the football so far today. Mitchell can put pain to Vasor if he can knock it through. Mark on the line anyway. It's criminal to let that happen. Not sure quite the number as of yet. Now we do, it's Carney.
Which one?
Aiden. We're just organising which angle he's going to shoot from a right foot snap, and he's put into the car park. And has that come down from the trees?
Just. I wonder if that traffic cone is still at Cove.
The traffic cone in the trees.
We gave you live and exclusive on Filming Footy last week. The things that we bring you during our Southern Footy League coverage. So right now, 11 minutes gone. Cove have extended their lead.
Ball movement.
Christies still goalless. So on the far forward flank of the Falcons, they're battling for it, and holding the ball is the call. Aidan Coakley will take it, waste no time, gets it on. I think Christies Beach have decided their best way to try and break this is to move quickly, and a couple of times their transition's been excellent. They just can't finish.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's exactly what the play has been. So our cameraman Josh, who'll be quickly listening, if he can find a way to stop that for the Falcons. The part-time cameraman and part-time coach of Flagstaff Hill today, Phil. Sable. Handball forward. And again, quick ball movement. Murphy's going to put it inside forward 50. Does so. Kirk at the back. Couldn't get the mark. Lots of players around her. One being Rosman. And now they're out through Wildman. He's got to pick it up though. Does so. Along the outer wing and just hosts a high one along the boundary line. Will it cross over? Yes, it will. Right to that sign. Would you like to read it?
Welcome to the Scrape, home of the Falcons.
And we, of course, had to ask what that meant earlier before the match.
We did, and apparently a scrape is a term of a falcon's nest.
The timekeeper didn't even know.
I mean, that's one it's just like, actually, we've got a few different answers. That is the one that makes the most sense.
Short kick wasn't 15, mark regardless to Johnson. His chipping ball definitely was 15, and they're moving on through Kavoris. Sounds like a dinosaur, his name. He's taken holding the ball regardless. And they're going to stab it out wide to Murphy.
So Murphy has a runner. It's Sable with Mo in tow down to the pocket or to the half-forward flank, 50 metres out. Gives a chance for Maisie to run off his man. Doesn't go for goal. Looks to centre the ball. Have they got a crummer front and square? Flaggies seem to have the numbers. Maisie comes in to do his own laundry. It's been picked up. You can't miss from there. And he doesn't. And can you believe it? Ollie Riddle with 13 minutes and 20 seconds gone. Christies Beach have their first. They are 1-7-13, the Falcons. 7-4-46.
That was Sean McAvoy who kicked their first goal. It's come halfway through the second term. Certainly not what they were after. But they're on the board now. They can settle the nerves. They've got something to show for their effort. And they can start mounting a comeback.
Just like that, they almost doubled their score.
So I had the margin at 21 points. It's currently a little over that.
So we decided that 29.5 was the split.
What's our margin right now?
33.
Okay, so you're up just a little bit. As the kick goes on from the centre, heading the way of Hibbert. Had a big piece of it. Lee was there with him. Play's going to move on. And they're going to have a ball up there inside forward 50 for the Saints.
So last time they met, it was a reasonably, this was a Bice Oval, reasonably even first half. Falcons led, I think, by 3 goals, but then they broke it open in the second, emerged 46-point winners, which was Christie's biggest loss in the first half of the season. Wowee. Tristan Smith got upended. All fair as Christie's go forward through Wall Murphy into the pocket. Maisie has it. Could this be 2 in 2 minutes? It is. The Saints have worked out how to kick goals. Do it from the goal line, and you can't miss.
Well, you're exactly right. They missed 5 or 6 shots in a row. Finally, from the goal line, they can put them through. And it's that fast ball movement we talked about, Phil.
Yeah.
Just got to get it down there quick. The chaos ball, as they call it. Working out for the Saints.
And interesting that Maisie's been involved in both of those, with the set-up hand pass to McIver the first one and took it by himself the second one. We mentioned that Callum Bennett is out after a 6-goal effort last week in the demolition of Ironbank. It's taken a while for the Saints to find a way through the big white ones, but they got 2 in the margin. You'll be happy, Ollie, is back to 32.
So Maisie led the goal kicking last year for Christies Beach, but went goalless in the finals against the Falcons. Big finals-like game for Christies Beach today as well.
You make a very good point. Of course, both these teams played finals last year. Christies Beach, their second in a row, and upset Ranella by less than a kick in the elimination. But their season ended at the hands of Flagstaff Hill in the first semi-final.
They always make good points as he's wrapped up there and Brown's got to go. So they're going to move it across the Saints from one side of the oval to the other. Mark's taken. We're going to slow it down. Now to the next contest. Player emerges. Good lead. Good hands. And along the outer wing. This is where it gets interesting. Oh! Hey, Maisie had a big grab. Couldn't quite hold it when it hit the ground. Play's going to move on now. This is Nash out towards the side. He's going to roll around his man and just dribble it towards the boundary. And will it get there? I think it may, or a ball up right on the line. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
We're going to have to throw it up regardless.
Maisie was ready for a fly there, but the ball actually didn't carry as far as he thought. And in the end, he kind of flubbed the adjustment. Yeah. Always exciting when you see players who want to fly, because occasionally one will come off.
This is Neild. Gets the kick forward towards half forward. Couple of players run at the ball. No one holding as of yet. Now the handball out wider. This is nice ball movement from the Saints. They can go inside 50. Maisie at the back. A little shove. Umpire didn't pay it. And in the end, he couldn't quite take the mark. Kavoris in defence. Bouncing football. Gets it wider. And it's right towards the boundary line. And it's going to roll over.
It's a free kick to Flaggies for holding on too long in the tackle. Maisie the infringer. But he's getting into the contest. I think is important for Christies Beach. Not saying they're going to come back and win, but just to make it a more competitive situation.
So Shaw kicked it towards the wing and it's knocked over the line. Right in front of that lady with a couple of dogs, Phil.
Yeah.
You a dog man or a cat?
I'd be dog, I would say.
You'd be dog, so you don't have either?
Used to have a pet rabbit.
A rabbit?
Bugs.
There's
He
always
was a bunny, surprisingly.
There's always that person when you ask if they're dog or cat and they answer with a fish or a rabbit.
I answered dog.
No, it wasn't a convincing
The
dog.
fact they haven't had one's irrelevant. My dad had a dog.
Not irrelevant. Have you ever had a dog?
No.
I don't think you can be classed as a dog man unless you've got a dog. Or have had a dog. Caught in the ruck. And we're going to have another ball up here. A couple in a row out on that far side. What side of the ground are we calling that, Phil?
That's the Craigburn Farms wing.
Okay. So McAvar, Campbell backwards. Now they want to push forward. Umpire waits before he calls the ball up there. Hooper was all over the football and caught one to the eye as well.
Keep heading that way, you'll probably end up at Ironbank Cherry Gardens.
There's a big game going there on this weekend too.
Looking it up right now.
So Rosman laid the tackle. Have we got live scores, Phil?
We do. Well, no, we don't, because it hasn't updated since quarter time. Hang on. Refresh.
Did I jump the gun too early?
Right, so. Let's see. Nothing updated from Ironbank, where it was Port Noarlunga by 18 points, 5-3 to 2-3. Can I tell you we got an update, though, 20 minutes gone at the Cove. Cobras 8-10-58, Ordinga 2-5-17. Margin 41 points in favour of Cove. They'll need a big win.
Coming up to time on here at Flagstaff Oval, coming up against the Saints. And we're bringing it to you here on Dartfish and Filming Footy.
Thanks, of course, Pro Build Australia, all your renovation repairs.
Maisie had a lot of that ball. Couldn't quite hold the mark, though. And Short was in there as well. We're going to have a free kick heading away of the Falcons. There's been a few down there now, Phil. Free
Christies
kicks.
are getting a fair share of their field position, certainly in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
So Blake had a fair amount of the ball. Couldn't quite control it. Spilled over the line. And we'll chuck it in.
I want to thank our other sponsors. Mentioned ProBuild Australia. Also the Aussie Inn at Hackham and the Christies Beach Hotel, part of the RD Jones Group. Air Diffusion Australia, they're big sponsors down at Ranella. Their big game tomorrow against Morphic Vale. And Doman & Co Real Estate, thanks to Sam Doman.
Thrown back in. Handball onto someone's boot and he just knocks it forward. Look at that for luck. Going to move towards Lara and the next contest over. Now they start some runners, Flagstaff Hill. 1-on-1 contest inside forward 50. Chibnall had his eyes all over it in defence. And he's played the last 2 weeks back in the A-grade team after some time in the reserves. Good on him to see him back out playing in the later game. Handball. Knew it was always coming wide. Bit of a hospital handball though because it's sat up there. Now the kick from Allen, and it's right down the throat of Flagstaff Hill.
So the Falcons' defensive 50 will bring it towards the coach's box, taken by Tristan Smith. Haven't seen Sam in action for a while. I think he might be one of those on the injured list.
There's quite a few of them.
Because him and Aldridge together are quite the 1-2 punch.
Smith's had 21 goals from 11 games. Aldridge 55 from 13. So that says it all, Phil.
So it's going to be a ball up right in front of our timekeeper's box here and the scoreboard, which shows 22 minutes gone. The Falcons 7-5-47. Christies, I think, have kicked the last 2 of the contest. I'll have to check in a sec to see who's actually winning the quarter.
They are. Christies Beach, I think, are winning the quarter, which is a terrific response after the quarter time margin, put it that way.
You are quite correct.
2.5.
So it was... They've scored 2 goals, 2. Flagstaff Hill have scored 1-1 this quarter. Admittedly with the breeze.
Coakley towards half forward, just paddled back straight into the possession of the Falcons, who can put it inside 50. Leading man, can he take the mark? Juggle, not quite. Play's going to move on. Lots of players around the ball. Handball comes out. Bit of a fumble. Carney around it. Now Aldridge. And take it in the tackle. He wanted to step around him. You could see it coming. In the end, it's a holding the ball free kick.
They've kept a pretty tight leash on Aldridge today. He's had 1 goal and it was...
He's kicked 2, I believe.
He's kicked 2, sorry. His second one was special. I do have an update from Ironbank, where Ironbank Cherry Garden 6-4-40. Port Noarlunga 10-3-63. The Cockledovers by 23 points.
So players around this ball, 2 of them tackling. One is Kirk. And they're not going to get rewarded for that tackle too. We're going to have a ball up here right in front of our cameraman Josh. Tap backwards. Coming through, he had it, he lost it. Should be holding the ball, wasn't paid. Now it's going to move on. Maisie handball strikes to Blake. He had it, he's lost it. That's not a great look. Now Coakley towards half forward. In fact, it gets further than that. Deeper. Kirk got a run on here. Can he catch him? No, he can't. Second goal for that man, McAvoy. Both from the goal square. And they've got 3 in a row, the Saints.
They have, and they've all been from the goal line.
They have.
Which does beg the sort of questions that they're letting Christies get goal side.
Yeah.
On all 3 occasions, which would be a worry. Tighten that up. Maybe Coach Josh will have to have a talk about it.
Yes, our cameraman Josh is in the Flagstaff Hill coaching box today. Sure, he's got a few pointers about how to stop players getting goal side. Umpire Isaac Jensen ready to throw it up again. And play commences again. Mitchell and Archbold in the ruck. Blake standing behind him. Can't quite pick it up. Now, Maisie doing the ruck work. In fact, it might have been Mundy who got in there and pushed it out wider. Inside forward 50, they go again. Kirk had it but couldn't quite hold the mark. Now puts his head over it, gets the handball out wider. This is Nash. Which one? It's Hugo, that one. And Kavoris in defence. And the mark's been taken. So if you're going to clear it, Phil, you've got to either barrel it super far, super high towards the boundary or find someone.
Now this is interesting. We've got it with Daniel Lee. He's got the long sleeves, which are striped. I reckon if you looked at Hooper, if you can find him, He's got the long sleeves and they're black. So maybe it's an undershirt he's got.
Daniel Lee from 50 metres out. They could use another one. They've kicked 4 in a row. And Christies Beach are pounding their way back. Phil's too busy looking at clothes. And that goal there was kicked from Daniel Lee, who kicked 16 goals for Wollonga last year. Been a good recruit.
Well, just like that, Ollie, we're back in your realm of the tip. It was 42 points. Or around at least 40 points at one point.
It's
and
now
it's
16.
back to 16.
So isn't that amazing? 7-5-47 plays 4-7-31. Leading is the Falcons. Ball's back in the centre of the ground. 25 minutes gone, so I reckon the siren's going to blow in about 3, 2, 1. The timekeeper next to me blew it. I was with the countdown. It's half-time here at Flagstaff Hill Oval. As I said, 7-5-47 plays 4-7-31.
Well, suddenly, based on the last 10 minutes, a potential contest here at the Scrape. The goal scorers, we've got Hibbert with 2 for Flagstaff Hill, Aldridge with 2, including a lovely one by the boundary earlier. Nathan Beenham, Darcy Mitchell and Cameron Blake, we think, with 1. For Christies, 2 to Sean McIver, both from the goal line. Michael Maisie from the goal line and Daniel Lee from 50. Elsewhere, 25 minutes gone. Port Noarlunga are leading Ironbank by 23 points. And a quick look at the Cove. Aldinga have kicked a couple. Half-time there, it is Cove 8-11-59, Aldinga 4-5-29. Ollie, a couple of thoughts as the scores are noted as being correct by our goal umpires. A couple of thoughts before we take a well-deserved break.
I think they've defended Aldridge quite well, Christies Beach. Tell you who's done really well in defence is Bradley Kirk, and Short hasn't really seen it. That is Zach Short, who is averaging more than 2 goals a game this season, hasn't been cited, and that's what Christies Beach need to move on. All their goals, pardon that last one from Lee, have come from the goal square. They've got to start moving the ball, keep it further up on their end of the ground, and maybe they'll get some more creative avenues towards goals.
Well summarised, Ollie. You're with Ollie Riddle, Phil Hurden and the intrepid Josh in the coach's box this afternoon with the camera. It is the Falcons had a big lead early. Christies Beach have narrowed it. We look forward to the second half. Please join us. You're watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Footy analytics made simple. Improve your team performance with My Dartfish Live S. Quickly tag key games actions during or after the match. Replay moments from the match, frame by frame or in ultra slow motion. Access richer content, dive into detailed statistics and filter what matters most with ease. Create playlists to show problems or areas for improvement and share them to your team. My Dartfish Live S supports Aussie rules football coaches to optimise team performance.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Welcome back, folks. It's a beautiful blue sky day here at the Scrape. Okay, Flagstaff Hill Oval in the southern suburbs of Adelaide. Filming footy thanks to Pro Build Australia, the Aussie Inn at Hackham, the Christies Beach Hotel, Air Diffusion Australia and Domain & Co Real Estate. Bringing you the game of the day. And I'm Phil Hurd, I'm joined by Ollie Riddle. And Ollie, it was fair to say at about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, it looked anything but the game of the day. But Christies have made it competitive.
I was waiting for the mercy rule, Phil.
Yes.
Put it that way. It was getting really bad. So many goals from one end, so much play from Flagstaff Hill. But Christies Beach just found the run of form. Good ball movement, and they were able to get goal side of their opponents.
Yeah. It was interesting. There was 11 goals in total kicked in that first half. 10 of the 11 kicked to the right of screen. And whilst there is a breeze, it is certainly not a gale. Of course, Christies Beach opened with 7 behinds. Now they've kicked 4 straight goals. 16-point margin. Can tell you that the other games have also evened up a tad as well. Half-time in the other grounds as the umpires make their way back. And the timekeepers. Port Noarlunga, 10-3-63. Ironbank Cherry Garden, 7-4-46. So that's just a 17-point game. And at Cove, this is actually the biggest margin, but not as big as it was. Cove, 8-11-59. Aldinga, 4-5-29. So Christies Beach have come out, 2 minutes before the umpires, and Flagstaff are out there as well. So the umpires were the last ones out.
I think the Saints want to come out early because they're in good form in that second term. They had it on their wavelength, and that's what they want. So they want to stay out in the environment as long as possible, try and feel the grass, the sky, the trees, the air, get back
the vibe,
the vibe of the place. They want to feel the vibe of the place, Phil, because that's when they feel like they're in their best form.
How's the serenity?
Tell you what,
it's a lovely day for serenity here.
It's a lovely day today, barely a cloud in the sky. And every time we come to Flagstaff Oval, actually there's lots of clouds in the sky, but every time we come here, Phil, it's always raining, it's always cloudy, at least when I come here. It's always very cold, but today's quite the opposite.
Yes, well, certainly would have been cold for the earlier games. If you weren't here for the pre-game, can let you know. The under-13s, I think Flagstaff are 1-4 from. Still waiting on confirmation. In fact, I'll check it next time Ollie says something. But Flagstaff by 54 in the under-13, 60 in the under-17 and a halves. And in the Rezzies, they held Christies Beach not just goalless, but scoreless in the first half before the Falcons won 12-7-79 to Christies Beach 3-2, 59-point margin there. So, Ollie, you've got the job of giving away the iconic Dartfish beanie and, of course, the Archie's footwear at Games End and having a chat to our winner. Who's in your mix at the moment?
There's a couple of guys who's been on the scoreboard, done really well. Maybe a man in the ruck, maybe a man in defence. Not going to name any names as of yet. But if you hear their names spoken on the commentary, well, then they're certainly in contention. Put it that way.
Do you reckon we could do like an AI recording of our broadcast and just ask AI at the end, which name did we call the most?
That'd be a fantastic idea.
See what it says.
I think the AI would get bored of listening to us. Just shut off.
Yeah.
Now, here's an interesting stat, Phil. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the game. The Saints haven't beaten the Falcons in 15 attempts.
Wow.
So when do you think that dates back to?
15 attempts. Well, okay, so they played a final. So you're looking maybe 6 years, so 2020.
2018.
Wow.
During COVID, they only played each other once.
Now, I did have another stat, which I'll come back to about Christies Beach, but just for the moment, keep your eye on how much handball they use as we come back to the third quarter.
We certainly will. Plays back underway there. Been with the handball. In fact, it came from Hibbert. Now the Saints going to move it forward. Couldn't quite find a mark. It's the first time Short's really gone near the ball so far. Handball backwards from Wildman. Plenty of space for Hibbert. Kick towards the outer wing. No one can quite hold that. The boundary line could win, and eventually it does.
Yeah, I had a source who I'm not going to name the source because
never name the source.
Who studied Christies Beach in a bit of depth with the stats, and says that Christies Beach average 131 handballs a game. There's 2, and one was good, one maybe not so, which is 30 more than the second highest team.
So a little handball happy maybe. That marks fumble. We'll check it out in this second half. Coming forward through Paparella, lowers the eyes nicely.
Well, he had
So
the
this
handball
is
as the
Jonty
option,
Murphy.
ignored it, and that's a lovely, lovely pass. And you know, they had the momentum going into the break, and halftime can kill momentums. First goal here to an end. They did not kick a goal to in the first quarter, and suddenly the margin will be back to under 2 goals if they can convert, Ollie.
Jonty Murphy started in the under-12s to Christies Beach back in 2013. He's about 40 metres out, we'll put it that way. He's going to wander in, Murphy. This is directly in front. They kicked 4 on the road to Saints. Can they make it 5? Players on the goal line. Will it get the journey? No, it won't. It's going to stay in play. Lots of players around the football. Maybe he ducks his head. They scream holding the ball. Player's going to move on. Umpire put the whistle away. A couple of Falcons getting their own way, one being Hugo Nash. And in the end, it is Tane Mitchell who throws him to the ground. And Tane Mitchell kicked 3 goals against Morphett Vale a fortnight ago. Also kicked 4 against Aldinga's B grade earlier this season too. So keep an eye on him in this second half if he can get on the board. Hibbert and Munster.
So Maisie in the midfield.
Yeah, good movement. And Josh could catch this. And you hear the thud. It hit the coach's box.
We better just check on Josh. Are you okay? Yeah, he's good. He's not. Thank you, Josh. I don't want Josh to get a Falcon filming the Falcons.
So Aldridge stands the mark as we have the kick coming back inside, probably inside 50, although he is starting to look out wider. So Coakley does go all the way back there. They want to switch the play. This is Daniel Lee, who switches his footing rather. Man in the middle. And Sean's just going to arch his back and move inside 50. Only man running at the ball was a Falcon.
So Flagstaff have tightened up their defence a bit. And that earlier kick for goal, I was really surprised to drop turnover. Mundy by the boundary. Christie's keeping hands off with some handball. Now they're tackled by the line. It'll be touched over and a throw. Interesting that it fell that short. Now we're in the timekeeper's box, maybe a bit short. Maybe that breeze out there is stronger than we think.
Well, looking at the trees, you don't necessarily think too much about the breeze. But it must be Phil, because I really thought he would have had the journey there, Jonty Murphy. Play's going to move on, and actually it won't move on. Umpire's blown his whistle.
Do you get the feeling, Ollie, is the next goal kind of important?
Certainly if the Saints can kick it, because that just kickstarts their momentum all over again. They've had a lot of play. Kirk couldn't quite pick it up. Bit of a mistake there, and Hooper makes an even bigger one and puts that one out on the full.
Yeah, that one's into the swings in the playground here.
7-5-47, plays 4-7-31, 16-point margin remains, which is fantastic, because looking at quarter time, it was just one-way traffic.
Yeah. I mean, Flagstaff Hill have had a couple of really big wins this year. 7 times they've scored over 100 points, but they almost haven't scored a goal in a quarter of football. As Hugh Nash sends the Falcons to the attacking side of the centre wing, has a bit of competition. Hibbert just says, I'm going to soccer it forward. It's a race for pace. Aldridge trying to lay the shepherd. Kick forward by Beanham. Is it going to bounce through? No, it is, but for a behind. TK socketed it, so, yeah, okay. I guess you can't give it as a goal if that's how it works.
So 15-point margin now. Coakley's going to kick out.
First
Walker out of the goal square. Umpire calls play on, and away we go again, Phil.
Yeah, that was the first goal to Flagstaff Hill in some time. They're going to get a reboot here. 1-on-1 grab in the square. Aldridge couldn't take it. Goes again. Tried the soccer, but great defence from Lee.
Ooh.
Look away hand pass. I think Christies are going to get out of this. They are.
Have you ever seen a look away hand pass in the opposite goal square?
Yeah, that's brave as Paparella took the mark, got the scragging 25. He looks a live wire. That's a good 25. Paparella can send it inside 50, and despite the best efforts I think, of Zach Short to give a bit of a shove. It made absolutely no difference. The Flagstaff defender still took a good grab.
Shipping ball works out well. Mark's taken. A true centre-half back here for Cameron Blake. He's got a man over the top and around the corner and uses him wisely. Almost 6 minutes gone in this third quarter. The premiership quarter, they call it. And Flagstaff Hill are well and truly in the premiership hunt. Surely by now, Phil, their trophy cabinet is a little full. Would they have to get an extension?
For?
Trophies. What else do you put in a trophy cabinet?
Okay. After their domination in the last decade.
Didn't think that was a hard one to process, but okay.
I was caught distracted.
Distracted?
I was reading a text. My source is sending me more stats.
Oh, wow.
I just got to decipher what's classified and what's top secret and what I can share.
So, Rosman, get the handball moving on. Good ball movement for Falcons. The important kick, though. Straight into the Saints, who drop it, and play's going to move on. Ball spilt out. Back inside, forward 50 it goes. A man to the side couldn't quite hold it. And in the end, that was Sean McAvoy, who kicked 3 goals last week, has 2 today.
And is connected with the fence, I suggest, on that far side. I should add, for those that joined us late, Christies Beach are down a player because Josh Darude did something with his hand, which was all iced and bandaged up, and he was headed off to the car park, I suspect, to get a hospital examination in the second quarter. So Christie's already down to 21. It looks like everybody's up. Mark Mitchell with the thump straight for the boundary line. That could mean all sorts of things at AFL level, but here it's just another throw-in.
And while we wait for the ball to come back into play, some of our sponsors, Phil.
Yep, ProBuild Australia for all your renovation and repairs. The Aussie Inn at Hackham, Christie's Beach Hotel, Air Diffusion Australia, great sponsors of us, and the Wineflies, who, by the way, having a huge day tomorrow. Ranella versus Morford Vale, always a big one, of course. Ranella's 130th anniversary this year. And Demand & Co Real Estate, Sandeman, supporting the Filming Footy broadcast, Southern Footy League, each and every week with Phil and Ollie.
So Kirk at the bottom of that tackle. We'll get a ball up here. About 55, I'm going to say, from home for Flagstaff Hill. It's been a while since they kicked a goal. Maybe they've forgotten how many points it takes.
8 minutes, we haven't had a goal in this quarter.
That is true. Play's going to move on, and not going to move on for very long. So umpire David Curran is going to chuck it up. Play will resume. Darcy Mitchell there and Blake are going to get around the football. Quick pick up from Neil from the pocket, centres it. Kirk came out, didn't really connect with the ball. His fist was just flying through the air. Player's going to move on with Lee, and he slipped, and it's gone over the line. And we're going to chuck it back in. But Saints have dominated so far in play-wise or territory-wise.
The crowd that has seen 10 of the 11 goals kicked down the other end are actually seeing a fair bit of the leather and the Sharon in this quarter. But Christies have kicked a behind or two but have not managed a goal. We'll have a secondary stoppage. 9 minutes gone, 17-point margin. Saints just in range for, well, if they got out, would be the surprise of the season. Kick around the body by Jonty Murphy, just on the inside. The score goes to 4-8. That actually, I think that's Christie's first score. That is Christie's first score of the quarter. We've had a behind each in the first 9.5 minutes, back to the half-time margin of 16 points.
Taking a look at the scores, 7 goals, 6 to Flagstaff Hill. Kicked well, whereas Christie's Beach are 4 goals, 8. Maybe that's the difference in the match, Phil, as Rosman takes the mark. So we're at half back here. He sprints towards the umpire and he kicks along the inner wing. Bouncing ball, Wildman couldn't quite get there. Carney, handball over and he just jumped him. Maisie came from the side and he's wrapped him up. And we'll get a ball up here. That was a bit of a highlight.
I reckon Patterson was a little lucky there. Maisie just maybe had to hold off for another half second to make prior opportunity absolutely obvious. But seen a couple of great solo tackles. Chefs in the first quarter right in front of us was a standout.
So that was Bradley Patterson who got wrapped up there, who missed the game against the Vikings, but kicked 2 when these teams last played each other. Hasn't kicked one as of yet. Mundy around the ball. And in the end, they're just going to wait and wait. In the end, look like Christies Beach were tackling each other. It's how desperate they are for a ball up. Isaac Jensen throws it back up, and away we go. Maisie gets the handball out. Murphy can keep running. Now it gets real exciting. Did he get the kick away? Umpire says play on. Murphy can pick it up again, dish it out to his right. And they bring it all the way back with Allen. Now out towards that goal-scoring man. And this is Sean McAvoy, who hasn't really found an opponent, put it that way. Rosman, short kick, works out nicely.
Just while we're there, Josh, check out the kids on the scoreboard there. Flying really high up the top. Hope they don't fall down because it's not a safety playground area. There's one kid who's climbed. There's 2 kids that have climbed far higher than I would.
Can't be
just
that
hanging
high.
on. Oh, to be a kid again and have no fear. Throw in, a bit further around centre wing. On the outer side. The eastern side of the ground. Flagstaff Hill moving it forward. Patterson just sort of thumping it forward without getting clear possession. Lee gets in the way. Bit of ricochet ball. Hot footy to get. Lee goes again. Tackled. Here's a chance for Flaggies. It sits with Wildman. Wildman goes across into space. This has got to be... No, it's a Hibbett. I'm not exactly sure what kind of possession... disposal that was. Umpire said, well, it was something. And Flagstaff Hill keep possession and move it back to Mitchell Johnson. Johnson takes the long run up.
Disappointing.
And kicks it straight down.
Should have been holding the ball before.
In Harry Butcher. Maybe justice in the end, Ollie.
So Chibnall gets the 1-2 and now just runs into an opponent. Wasn't a tackle, so player's going to move on. But Flagstaff have opportunities to bat on the boot towards goal. Can it sneak through? I think it's a minor score. No, it's a goal.
Aldridge.
So Aldridge has his 3rd. No one saw that one coming. And that's the first goal of the second half, and it breaks a 4-goal run for Christies Beach.
It does, and also breaks, that's the first time that Flagstaff Hill this quarter have had, consecutive inside 50s. And just the turnover play, there's a man in orange boots down there I'm going to pick up eventually who forced that turnover. And then Aldridge with the clever play, and you'd say that, Blake Aldridge has been held pretty well. But we're halfway through the third quarter. He's got 3 goals.
So he hasn't been held as well as they potentially need? Is that what you're expressing?
It just bobs up. And it might have been Cameron Blake, maybe, who forced that turnover.
So ball's gone back up. Still wondering who we could give our player of the match to. It's going to be a tricky one, Phil, and unfortunately it's up to me to decide.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. Cockle Divers have kicked away a little bit against Ironbank, lead by 29 points, 7 minutes into the third. Actually by 20 points now. Port Noarlunga 12-4. Awesome kicking. Ironbank 7-4, not bad. 76-46 at Ironbank.
So pushed out wider here. More of a fumble than a kick. Sable's got a Nash on him. Goes to ground first, Sable. That may not work out. And now Nash is all on top of him. Umpire delays the whistle. Waits to see if Nash can get out of it. Swaps, rolls. And in the end, we'll have a ball up on the far side.
The game at Cove, 13 minutes into the third quarter. Cove 11-13, 79. Aldinga 4-6-30. So Cove by 19 points. As Lee gets another defensive play. He's got a lot of the football today. The long sleeve to long sleeve as it sits with Hooper.
So Chibnall gets the handball off and the Saints can go forward. And Kirk just stood there. First one to read the ball, biggest launch. Caught it at the highest point too. And that stabbing little kick was very, very average. And Murphy's taken the mark. Barely went 15. That's what Flagstaff Hill complained about. But he just coughed that one up, Kirk. Undid all the good work. Oh, come on. Get off him.
John T. Murphy, definitely too far out to score at this point. The lead looking for McIver, plenty of... they've done the intercept mark part exceptionally well, Flagstaff. I guess they play in front, which means probably why Christies have kicked a couple that have got goal side. You can't be goal side and in front simultaneously, I guess. Quick transition from the Falcons. They've got it in front of the Little Athletics hut. Southern Hill Little Athletics will be here in a couple of months. Lovely pass into the Clarendon pocket marked by Darcy Mitchell. Might be in range. What's he going to do? I think he's taking the shot.
I reckon it's gone through.
He will say he will because he's bagged it. Straight shooting from Flagstaff Hill. They've got a little bit of a buffer back as Darcy Mitchell kicks his second. Falcons at the 16-minute mark have kicked the first two of the quarter. Christies Beach, by the way, have not kicked a goal yet to the left of screen.
One of the male medalist predictions, at least I think this year, Darcy Mitchell. Probably most dominant ruckman of the competition, I'd say. He's had his way with Shannon Archbold today, put it that way.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about male medal.
Exactly.
Yet.
Maybe they'll ask us.
Yeah. No, it's umpires' votes. I think that's very reasonable.
Well, they may ask me.
Well, okay. Do they have a medal for the under-15s?
Yes, they do. I do the votes for lots of different grades, actually.
Okay.
So lots of people have me to thank for them. Although it's extremely difficult to remember the numbers and the names.
Does a player's behaviour towards you impact if you
yes,
give
it does.
3-2-1? Okay.
If I don't like them, I don't give them a vote. Put it that way. I'm very brutal, very honest with that.
Confessions of an underage umpire here, live and exclusive on Filming Footy. If you're under 15, take note. Be nice to Ollie if you want votes.
Bit of a scrimmage here. Quite often they come up at the end of a game, Phil, and they say, oh, sorry if I said this, sorry if I said that. And you know what? Still don't give them votes.
That's only because they think you reported him.
Well, they all think I reported them.
You're all on report. Come back after school.
So Hugo Nash had the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Dream, mind you. Going to chuck it back in here, directly opposite from us by the old scoreboard, and the new scoreboard too.
Yeah, thank you.
Which reads 9-6-60 to 4-8-32.
Kids have either been told get off or they've worked it out themselves. It's a dangerous place to climb.
Or they fell off and we didn't notice.
Or they've fallen off and we may not see them for a while.
So this is Lee. You said they were handball happy, but it may just work. Nice job from Maisie. Taps it down. This is really good ball movement. Paparella. Can he spot up a teammate? Kicks inside 50 all the way to the goal. Could bounce through. It's a 1-on-2. You've got to get near the ball. And he's going to roll around and kick his 4. It's another goal. It's to Sean McAvoy. In fact, I believe it's his third goal. Yep. It is.
3 to McAvoy, and that's just strength and experience.
Well, it was a 1-on-2, and the other defender sort of just stood there.
Well, the other defender thought the defender making the tackle had done the job and brought MacGyver to ground, but...
bit of a balls-up job.
Yeah. Oh, that is Christie's first goal to the left of screen. Keeps them in touch. Margin 22, which is very close to your pre-game prediction, Ollie, of 21.
Do I win a TV if I get it right?
No, you just get bragging rights over me.
Oh, I'm used to that. Ball's back into the air. Mitchell and Archbold around it. Mitchell may get the clearance too. Dishes off the handball to Patterson. Then just being held. The umpire didn't see it. Play's going to move on here. Thrown to the ground with someone from Flagstaff. And they're going to pile on top of each other for a ball up.
That was supposed to be a 1-2 hand pass. And Mitchell didn't get to the arrival point.
Well, he was sort of
being... process.
It wasn't a shepherd, it was a hold. Yeah. Put it that way. But he's doing the ruck work now. Kneeled, was on his hands and knees to dish off the handball. Paparella around it. Didn't get to it first, and they pile on to the man who did. And that was Carney, I believe, and we'll ball it up again.
Well, it is official. We have the close one at 22 points. Port Noarlunga over Onbank by 30. Cove over Aldinga by 55. Hot footy in the middle. I think that was Johnson just putting a boot to it in mid-air, which Christies can mark. Chibnall running off the half-back flank, sends it down towards us in the timekeeper's box.
Good mark.
Zach Short, who we saw absolutely blow up Morfett Vale in a game we streamed about 5-6 weeks ago. He sends it long. This is where Flagstaff Hill, to be honest, have dominated. They've had some really good tall marking defenders, one of which is Bradley Kirk. He sends them away on the outer side. A chance for Aldridge to pick it up a long way from goals.
So handball over the back. Lots of players around the ball. They've got to get to it first. Handball came from Chimbal, and it's just going to smother and roll out of bounds. Got some scores from Marvel Stadium. It's a 19-point margin to Sydney, full-time. And then full-time in Tasmania, Hawthorn beat North Melbourne by 16 points in the AFL.
So that was Sydney over St Kilda, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We've got our own Sydney versus St Kilda playing today.
Yeah, and the same jumper.
So handball off to the side, and that kick was just a little up and under. Surely wasn't 15. Umpire says play on. Wildman had a big piece of it. Maisie's on the deck. And we'll chuck it back up. 21 minutes gone.
So a low-scoring quarter. Christies have kicked 1 goal. Flagstaff have kicked 2. 16-point margin out to 22 points. So a few more minutes to go, but it shouldn't be a long quarter. Let's see who can get some momentum. You'd say just by the fact they've grown the margin by a goal makes it Flagstaff's quarter, although Christie's coming home with what seems to be a high-scoring breeze. Paparella, clever little kick into the lone space provided. McIver too far out to score. Shows some vision into the pocket. Who's going to run onto it? Nash corrals his opponent, brings him to ground. That was almost rodeo-like. You know, when you get one of those calves coming out and the cowboy comes out with a rope, brings him to ground and hog ties him. But it's a ball up. Not too far out from the Christies goal.
So players going to move on. Kick from Jeffries. Haven't called his name as of yet. Sable's underneath it. Thatcher got past him. All the way out to Brockwell Murphy. And handball all the way back towards inboard. It's going to come back inside 52. But no one really there at the contest. Fist came. And in the end, the Falcons can put this one. Oh, kick smothered and over line. So nice smother there from the Saints will keep it inside 50. We're 22 and a half minutes gone, Phil. They'd like to nab a goal, put it that way.
Yeah.
They need to nab a goal.
Well, you look at Flagstaff Hill and you look at their forwards, and they are the number one scoring team in the comp, but they're also the number one defensive team. Now, at the moment, it might just be who they've played, but they only allow 46 points a game. That's a glorious goal. No, well, it's not a glorious goal because it just nicked the padding of the goalpost.
Saints fans are up out of their seats for that one. They need that extra goal. Instead, they're 5-9, 39 to 60 points.
Gee, that was a team lifter.
It was a team lifter. A team lifting point. Do those exist? So this is Mason Carney.
Not since, was it Darryl Baldock, 66 grand final, St Kilda beating Collingwood by a point.
We weren't all alive back in the 60s.
No, well, I wasn't alive for 66, but the legend.
The legend.
It's a legend.
Is that the last time St Kilda won a flag?
It was.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have worn their colours today at Christies Beach.
60 years ago.
60 years ago. Yesterday was 8,000 days since Essendon last won a final.
Yeah.
Maisie, towards the goal square man getting back was Kirk. That was well done.
Yeah, Kirk did well, kept goal side on that one.
And this time he chooses the right option. This is Rosman. Joshua Rosman lowers the eyes. And well done from Maisie. Smother again. And the handball chain, we know how much they like a handball. Shots off. And this time it goes through. And I tell you what, if there's a player of the match for Christies Beach, by far it is Sean McEvoy. He kicked 3 last week. He's got 4 today. He's been their route towards goal.
Yep, and give Maisie the assist for the smothers. There's quite a few times that Christies have forced to turn over. Their problem is often they haven't converted the opportunities, did on that occasion. 25 gone, 15-point margin, which means if I've done my sums right, Christies have won the quarter by 1 point, coming home with the breeze. Could we see the first big upset?
Well, I don't want to take sides, but I love to see an upset. We almost got one last week with Hallett Cove. But they tease you, Cove. They think you're going to upset, and then they blow it in the last turn. The Saints can move this one on. In a win right in front of us, Phil. Mark's taken from our goal kicker. It's going to put it inside 50. Leapy man came from behind. You're not going to get the mark from behind. And in the end, the tackle will see a ball up.
25 and a half gone. It seems a while since Flagstaff have had it inside their forward 50. Another one here would really set the cat amongst the pigeons. Charging hard onto his lead. He's been good. McIver's been excellent. Props it up. Beats all comers. Race to the goal line. And I'll tell you what, it was brave of Kirk.
Oh, dear.
A couple of things with that. Brave of Kirk to not attack the football. The siren is gone. It went after the ball's out of bounds. So this is going to be Zach Short to take it. He cannot play on.
He needs a goal.
He cannot move off the mark. It's gettable, but difficult. Breeze, the flag's not particularly strong.
This is a tough angle for Zach Short. He needs to kick this, not just for his game. Christies Beach will want the momentum heading into three-quarter time. Shots off. It's not a bad angle. It's going to drift to the right-hand side. It's a minor score, and that wraps up the third quarter action. It is 9-6-60 to 6-10-46. Accuracy has been the difference today, but they're slowly coming back, Christies Beach. We're in for a big last term.
We are indeed, Ollie Riddle. It is 9-6 to 6-10. We have got the game of the day, no doubt about that, with Ranella and Morford Vale to continue the Southern Footy League Round 15 tomorrow. Can tell you it's 20 minutes gone at Ironbank. Port Noarlunga lead that by 36 points. Last time I checked at Cove. It is three-quarter time, and it's Cove 12-15-87 leading Aldinga 4-7-31. The Cobras by 56 points. We will take a break. You're with Josh on camera, Ollie on commentary, and Phil, I'm your host. You're watching the Southern Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born.
These have kicked 6 of the last 8 goals. They've taken a 40-point margin. It was 35 at quarter time. They got it back to 16, and they kicked the last couple in the third quarter to get it back to 14, and it could have even been closer. So you're with Phil Herden, Ollie Riddle joining me in commentary. Ollie's probably got to start sifting through the players, the wheat from the chaff. who's in contention for the Archie's footwear and the iconic Dartfish beanie. Any thoughts? Who's standing out for you?
Well, this is probably the toughest game we've done all season in terms of players. There's been good players from both sides, no one outstanding. So I think it's going to come down to the moments. Who can be the hero at the very end of the game? Who's the guy that they can say, well done, you got us over the line?
Yeah. Do want to thank our great broadcast sponsors, ProBuild Australia, for all your renovation repairs. The Aussie Inn at Hackham and the Christies Beach Hotel, they're part of the RD Jones Group. Air Diffusion Australia, one-stop air conditioning trade centre, Demand & Co Real Estate, they're our main sponsors. Also a shout out to Dartfish Live Stats, the Sportal Scoreboard, Classic Clashes, UTF Trailers, Archie's Footwear, and streaming all around the country, Filming Footy. Here we go, final quarter, you're with Ollie Riddle.
Ball up from umpire David Curran. We're back underway for the last term. Paparella around the ball. Christies Beach would like the first two, put it that way. And that's a nice contest there, and they'll get into each other too. Ball up in the centre of the park.
Rucks go to it. Paparella's getting a run in the midfield, but it's the Ruckman Archbold who kind of sends it semi-forward. Lee's in the middle of there somewhere. He's had a big game, and it's going to be a stoppage. Both these teams having to adjust to some injuries. Christies in particular, no Callum Bennett after 6 goals last week. Festerfield effort. And no Joshua Darude after about halfway through the first quarter. Injured his hands to part of the ground in the second quarter. Nash has it. He's brought to ground. Some of the tackling today's been great to watch. Christies Flagstaff going forward. They've got the runner steaming inside 50. The Wormburner shot, first goal, so critical. We don't know yet who's going to kick it because that's missed. Early chance gone begging for the Falcons, as it was Josh Rosman with the kick. Sportal Scoreboard, Falcons 9-7-61. Christies Beach 6-10-46. The margin 15 points.
So I want to bring it back into play. Umpires call play on. Got to get the ball moving now, saying. And the man they're looking for is Harry Court. Couldn't quite hold the mark. The boundary line sees her. Spent some time in South Adelaide's under 18 teams. Christie's player Harry Court. And we'll chuck this one back in here with our boundary umpire Jack Harrison. Ruckman go at it. Plenty of players around the ball as you'd assume for a stoppage. Pushed out towards the Wildman direction. Patterson picked it up first. Had a fumble. Here's our goal scoring man right deep into the pocket. Little high, and he was going to get the free. And that was a little ugly as well. It's come from Kirk, who's got a bald spot, mind you. Wonder if he's noticed.
Don't get stuck into people without hair.
I'm sorry, Phil. There are plenty of good-looking bald people, don't mind you. And it's going to go through for a rush behind. I think the umpire's called a free kick here. Which way's it heading?
Short.
Which one?
Zach.
So opportunity for Christies Beach.
There's only one short out there, I think.
There's two. Mackenzie Short.
Oh, Mackenzie, sorry, of course. My bad.
So Zach Short has done not a lot today. But this will mean everything for the first goal of his afternoon, the first goal in the last quarter. He's been well held and shouldn't miss. Had an opportunity on the 3/4 time siren. Another one now has to go through. Christies Beach are on the board for the last term. They have the momentum.
Buckle up, folks. Big final quarter coming up. Zach Short gets his first for the day. And that is 13th, I think, for the season. And very important. I think if Christies were to have any chance they had to get the first, they've done it. This is as close as it has been since probably the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, because Flaggy's kicked 2 pretty quickly.
Yes.
From memory.
Can you believe Zach Short kicked 32 goals last year, started the season in the reserves?
Well, may not have done the pre-season.
Maybe not.
May have coming off an injury.
Christie's speech started slowly
I mean,
to
there's
start the season. Maybe had something to do with him not playing.
of the 22 today, 13 have played reserves at some point for Christies, and for Flaggies, of their 22, half, 11 have played a B grade game at some point.
So it's good to rotate the players around, I guess.
Well,
Blake,
you also have those other ones. There's a couple that when the A grade have the bye, because the B grade are playing
Yes.
no longer, that they're, oh, can I go play B's, coach? Why not?
I'm sure no longer are thrilled to play an A grade team in the
Shoes
B
lovely.
grade. Gets harder and harder for the Shoes. Rosman in defence, handles it back to Kirk. It's a chipping ball to Patterson. It's got a bit of time too. He's on the defensive side of the ground for the Falcons. Now called to play on, as he should be. Paparella was on the mark, and this pushes to the inner wing. Good hands there from Aldridge. He points to the goals. You can't kick it from there, mate. He wants the leading man of Carney. Got to the back of him, run under that like Thorthorpe does. And handball to whack to Neil. Neil's going to kick it back towards the centre of the ground, and it's that man who you didn't think was playing, Mackenzie Shortfield, who's taken the mark.
Yeah, a short each. As 15, Wildman into the pocket, spots up Aldridge. Now this will test his range. Now he has managed to get across the field quickly. Now he's done something I'm not particularly fond of, and that is he took the mark and turned his back on the goals.
Yeah, I agree.
There could have been a player, but it just means I'm taking the shot. Okay, I get that. You're a forward, you're here to kick goals. But if there was a player all by himself without a defender in 20 metres,
He's confident.
it'll happen one day. With the kick, watching the goal umpire,
I love it.
salutes with the two arms. One of the goals of the day. And just as I said, you think Aldridge has had a quiet one. He's bagged 4. I'll have to check where that puts him on the goal kicking list. I think he needed 8, 7 to tie with Delahunty of Ranella. 8 to take the lead, with Delahunty probably playing tomorrow. But that's an important settler. Falcons break the run, 10-7-67 to 7-10-52. 17 scoring shots apiece. 6 minutes in.
So he went goalless last week. Aldridge kicked a massive 7 goals the week before, though. So he's looking good today. Has 5. Shannon Archbold gets the tap. Knocks it down to Paparella. I like him in the midfield, Phil. Every time he gets the ball, he does something with it. Impactful. Kirk with the fist, which runs pretty much nowhere. Kavoris around the ball. Dishes up the handball. Got to Nash. That is the Hugo variety.
Christie's ball.
Sorry, Warren. So was that holding the ball free kick?
On the ball it was, and Short's got it.
It was fast. It was sharp. I like it.
He's got this kick from the exact same spot at the opposite end of the ground that he had the one on the siren. This time he's got a bit of wind assistance to put it out the front of the goals and let the breeze bring it around.
Should it be kicking to the left of the goals or right?
Aiming for the far goal post.
Far right post for Zach Shaw. He's come in here. The kick is now on its way. The crowd are going to tell the story for Christie's Beach. And it's just a minor score to the left-hand side. The Zach Short. He's missed a couple today.
Yeah, I mean, that kick on the siren was a beautiful kick, didn't miss by much.
No, it certainly didn't.
7-11. Christie's Beach open 24 hours 53. Falcons 10-7-67. 14-point margin. As we have a stoppage. Is this to retrieve the ball again?
Well, we've got a new ball on the ground now. Kavoris is just kicking it back towards the goal.
As everyone just has a chance to take a breath. What looked to be a 3-figure shellacking at quarter time has turned into anything but.
He's wrapped up there. Could be gone. And is. So Aldridge is doing it at both ends of the ground, Phil.
Well, does that put him further into your calculations?
Well, we have
I know
already
you
spoken to him.
You like your forwards.
It's easy to know how many goals you kick, Phil, and it's written in front of me. Put it that way.
So we often say, you know, the male medal, the Brownlow McGarry as a midfielder's award. You want the Archies, kick a bag full of goals. Ollie will notice.
think you found my secret. This is Kavoris. His name sounds like he's a dinosaur. Kavoris.
Carnivorous.
Now Mitchell up towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Christies Beach have it first. They're running the wrong way though. Lee handball back in the right direction but coughs it up. And the shot is off. And it's to the left-hand side. Minus score for Flagstaff Hill.
That was Aldridge. He started this.
And he ended it.
So you're seeing the fit players able to run this game out and cover some big territory. 9 minutes gone. Really, the needle hasn't moved much. Flagstaff have won the quarter by 1 point. They started with a 14-point buffer. It's out to 15. Christie's got the first goal, got it to 9. Flaggy's got the response, 1 goal apiece. 17 kicked, I think now 13 to 4 in terms of right to left with the goals today. Port Noarlunga leading Ironbank, who are just hanging around, 31 points the margin there. And it's Cove. I don't think they're going to lose this one. They lead by 63, 10 minutes into the final.
Good percentage booster for Cove. Have you done your calculations?
I will save that for the end of the game.
Ooh.
But I would suggest on current margins, Christies will still be in the 5.
Well, they're certainly still in this game. If the Saints can get up, that makes it real interesting.
That's a whole new ball game.
Whole new ball game. There'll be 2 games in front. Sorry, 1 game in front.
Then Cove would probably have to run the table, including beating Happy Valley in their final match at Cove, which we will be at.
Looking forward to that one in a couple of weeks. Right now it's the Falcons and the Saints. So lots of players around the ball. No one can get clean possession. Mundy was in there. And instead we're going to wait and we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, we're doing a Flagstaff Hill run now. We haven't seen the Falcons for a while. Christie's today. Next week we're at Port Noarlunga when the Flaggies host the Flaggies play at the Cockledovers. And then what could be a really big game in the minor premiership stakes, which you'll have, Ollie, because I'm on assignment, August 15, right here at the Scrape. It's going to be Flaggies and Ranella.
I'm looking forward to it. Ball's thrown up. Archibald did the ruck tap, knocked it behind him, and then it's Bear who lays the tackle. And Samuel Bear, he's been one of the players who's yet to really shine at A-grade level, but when he goes back to the reserves, he's a star. So today, hadn't seen a lot of it. Maybe next week will be a big opportunity for him.
So this is an interesting play here. You and I have just been rambling for the last couple of minutes, as we often do. That's because it's been stoppage after stoppage after stoppage, which I think suits Flagstaff Hill. They have the lead. Time's their friend. See if they can shut it down a bit. But it's Christie's with the clearance. Saw McIver, saw Maisie in that. They go to ground. Picked up by the Barons. We think this is Jeffries. Down the outer wing. Aldridge, here, there, everywhere. Teammate picks it up. High ball. Can't kick it to Aldridge. But hey, you got Darcy Mitchell. Couldn't take it. Spills to the front of the pack. Looking for Hibbert. Lee gets a hand in the way. Coakley is there in support. He'll get the hand pass to Lee, who avoids 1.
Well done.
Avoids 2. Has to get around the 3rd with a hand pass. And somehow Christie's escape. The ball was Saxon Allen.
So away comes Allen, puts it to a 1-on-1. Maisie was there, Murphy at the back's got to pick it up first. He does have company with 2 Falcons, gets away from them nicely, just coughs it up with the handball. Kirk laid the tackle. Pushed up towards half forward, bouncing ball. Carney. Short kick along the boundary line, and couldn't quite find the mark, was Johnson, and now the Saints can just get it and they can go through Neild. But instead he wants to wait. Oh, this is a dangerous kick. Hooper was the target. He got nowhere near it in the end. Kavoris was there and the umpire's called a throw.
I think, was that a throw? Was that a kicking in danger?
Kicking in danger.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Alrighty, so Wal Murphy with the free kick. Waiting at the top is Hooper. Gets a quick hand pass out. Paparella's in the mix. Gets it to Mackenzie Neild to an open forward line. Okay, this time Flagstaff Hill, a goal side, a soccer. Here comes off the boot.
Oh, it's hit the post.
Christies are claiming it.
It hit the
Christies
post.
are claiming it. And they'll get it. Or
No,
will
it's
they?
a
they
minor
won't.
score.
It hit the post. Okay.
It hit the post. It was right in front of him.
All right. Well, they had a conference. They worked it out.
So that was our man McAvoy, who's been terrific today when he's gotten goal side. Johnson with the mark. And I can't believe he was claiming that because it hit the post so clearly. Need an instant replay there. Johnson along the outer wing. Plays emerge. One was Lee at the back. No one could really hold that mark. Look at them bust out of that pack. Kick forward from Blake. Bouncing football. Gets past Carney. Although he comes back to make a nice job of that. And in the end, it's a high tackle. So Falcons free. And 14 minutes gone. How many goals? Well, what's the number, Phil, of goals that are going to win it?
Well, for Christies to win it, I don't think the Falcons can kick another. If the Falcons kick 11, they're going to win.
So one more goal for Flagstaff Hill could put this to bed from our expert timekeeper and Phil Herden. What's the margin, Phil?
The margin is 14.
I've looked very, very good today with my 21-point margin.
And your 21 is looking far better than it did at quarter time. I was going to offer you a payout, but maybe I should have. Tip responsibly, folks.
So Hooper's put that one out on the full. Not going to help their chances, but Beanham will enjoy it. 53 goals last year. Kicked one today as well. Towards the pack. No one could hold that one, including Mitchell. Hooper at the back. Handball closer to the game. A screen goes forward. In the end, they can't. The ball's loose and Johnson's wrapped up. Ball up.
Paparella with the tackle. Right in the middle. Key clearance coming up right now. 15 and a half gone. The longer it goes, the better flaggies look. Johnson, high kick. Koki had it, lost it. Could be a soccer off the ground. Room to be touched. It was a Beanham who was causing some anxiety amongst the Saints defenders.
Clayton Wise with the hair too.
It was with their hair.
So it's 10-9-69 to
Oh, thank you. Is it? Thank you.
7-12-54. Would that be the president's son? Couldn't tell me. Wow. So they keep the genetics in the top shelf. Very, very scared to release that one. No one's quite aware. We'll have a ball up.
I can tell you, Cove have kicked the ton, 14-20, 104. Aldinga 4-7-31. Port no longer not far away, 15-8, 98. Ironbank 9-7, 61. So those two look settled. This is the game in some degree of doubt.
So it's 10-10-70 to 7-12-54. Just ticked over to 17 minutes gone. And this game is slipping for Christies Beach. They need a goal, they need a hero, and they need it in a hurry. Mark's taken.
Oh, yeah.
Coakley now is going to push it wider. Wise, who we just met, did a nice job there. Could have kicked the goal, didn't quite. This time his efforts was decent to Murphy.
Interesting. Okay. So it sits with the Saints. Overcooked Maisie. Chance for Flaggies to get it on the turnover. Sits with Blake. His kick was smothered. Still on that outer wing. Hand pass comes out momentarily. No one can get a moment alone with the football. Pressure is high. Everyone putting in their last ounce of effort at the 17-minute mark. And from all of that play, it'll be Flagstaff Hill free. Everyone getting up a little on the slow side.
So the
hand
handball's
pass around
come.
to Johnson. Golly.
And that kick is towards the boundary. It's going to roll over to with Aldridge. He's had a pretty good game. Couple of them Flagstaff Phil I'm looking at, Phil. Aldridge is one. Hibbert was good in the first half. Johnson's good all day. Patterson's seen a little bit of it. A couple of the Nash boys, it's hard to tell who's who. So maybe we can't give it to one. We've got to give it to both.
Give them a Archie's.
One can take
each.
the thongs, one can take the beanies.
Give one the left foot, one the right foot.
Bradley Kirk's been good in defence, as has Darcy Mitchell in the ruck, and they go forward, Flagstaff Hill. They've had a lot of it at the moment. Aldridge has wound the back, and they're going to throw to fisted it on the deck with Liam Chibnall.
Hayden Carney was lurking. Like the World Cup when the goalkeeper can't grab a shot and fumbles out the front. Not to be this time. Oh, they're in a bit of trouble.
Oh, dear.
Lee has the poise to get away with it momentarily, but lands in the lap of Darcy Mitchell.
He's been good all day.
Centres it. Sits now with Mitch Johnson, who might just, those yellow boots have been busy today. To the pocket. Lee claiming it, won't be paid. Hand pass out of bounds. Now that's interesting on a couple of fronts. Was that touched? Flaggies aren't claiming the last disposal rule, so I guess it's a throw in. No, one of them is saying, wasn't that hand passed out of bounds?
Well, it looked like it, but we're going to chuck it in. If you don't know, just chuck it in. Yep. Simple rules.
Simple rule. Unsure. Do what we're doing right now. No one can complain.
Throw in. Maisie. This is Nathan Sable. The co-captains combined. Chibnall. Now Murphy. At half-back. Nicely done. And that's a good kick there to Coakley. Kicked a goal last week and featured in the best plays. Hasn't kicked a goal against Flagstaff Hill since 2022. Maybe he'll kick the winner. They're going to have to kick a couple more before that. We'll have a ball up, though.
Good hustle, Jay.
Time on imminent. Again, not a lot of goals kicked in this quarter. In fact, time on is here. Neal, a high kick into the shadows in front of the Falcons coach's box. Patterson will grab it. He's grabbed by Coakley. That'll end that. And another ball up.
Throw up is happening. Mitchell in the ruck, been good all day. Hooper around the football. Has done some okay things as well. We like him too, Phil. And Rosman's going to help see it over the line.
Sam Beer back off the interchange bench for Wal Murphy. Throw in, you think. It's almost last shot at the bar for Christies, who, if nothing else, have achieved mission one, as the underdogs, not to lose by a lot and have their percentage seriously suffer. But so close to a win, they'd like to nail one. But unlike Cove, it's just the finishing. Is Paparella's kick intercepted. Kirk will move it around the outer side. Flagstaff realise that the game is theirs now. They just have to keep the ball away from their opponents.
So Aldridge sort of taking a little high. He does yell at the umpire about it. Not going to get a free kick though. And Aldridge plays well enough about the free kicks, put it that way. It's a boundary throw in here, as our timekeepers quietly discuss when they're going to blow the siren, how many minutes to go. Saints fans may not want to hear it though. Archbold got the tab straight to Rosman though, and got a couple of players wrapped up through a tackle. And someone's riding their bike on the outer side, Phil. When was the last time you rode a bike?
Last time I rode a bike was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
On the Beltway.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Christie's last chance for them. They're going to at least bottle it up. I've just thrown in the scores, Ollie.
Yep.
Into my percentage calculator.
All right.
Right now, Cove, who've actually kept Aldinga, I think, goalless in the second half, have a percentage of 51.16. Christie's 52.06. So it's 0.9 of 1%.
So ball up here. Christie's Beach forward 50. Coakley better hurry up quick. Umpire's called a free kick though. Coming away at Flagstaff Hill. So this is Wildman. Short kick, and he is very close on the ladder. Percentage is going to matter, not just at the top of the table, but fighting for finals also. Plus, no one wants to finish bottom. If Aldinga don't want to finish bottom, they'll need another win, put it that way.
Yeah.
And that kick could land on our heads.
Well, the good news for any Aldinga fans watching is that next week, for them, is Ironbank Cherry Gardens, which they're hosting. So a little mini grand final for them.
So if they win that game, both Ironbank, Morphett Vale and Aldinga all on 4 points.
So we could have the minor premiership, 5th spot and the wooden spoon decided by percentage this year.
It's certainly a close season. So McAvoy, they yell at the crowd, they've got to go. He certainly does. Can they find an option? Maisie couldn't hold it. Kavoris, handball out. Nash. This is a Hugo variety. Pops it over top. Chibnall's there. Lara, haven't heard his name much. Short ball, chipping ball. And he just gives it straight away. And this is Patterson who says, we'll calm it down.
Why not? Sportal scoreboard as the time clock, 24 and a half minutes, and the Falcons leading by 17. So Christies are going to need 3 straight on a day when they've kicked 7 goals. Flagstaff look to have this one in their control. They head it down towards Beanham, who couldn't quite pull in the grab. Christie's on the wing, on the half-back flank, will run it through the wing. Last chance here. Mackenzie kneeled. Needs a centering player. Got Hooper in a bit of space. One man to get around, which he does. Leaves Johnson checking his ankles. Did they get a grab? No, says the umpire. Loose player in the pocket. It's Maisie around the body. Wasn't going to score anyway. Well, wasn't going to goal anyway. But it is the Flagstaff with the mark on the line. They're home for mine as we tick over 25 minutes.
I certainly agree, Phil. And that was a good move by Hooper there.
You've worked out your winner, Ollie?
Yes, I've worked out my winner.
Okay.
Not going to release him as of yet. You'll have to wait and see, Phil. As the siren blows to full time, Flagstaff have gotten away here. They're on top for a reason. In the end, it was a pretty happy win, 10-11-71 to 7-12-54 against Christies Beach. They had them early, Phil, then they were tested in the second term. But really, they've had that for most of the game. Just the 2 goals in the last term. How'd you see it?
I was just putting myself in the shoes of Sam Tharaldson, the Flagstaff coach. One, you're always happy when you win. You'd probably be going back and thinking, gee, we gave up 7 of the last 10 goals. But you also know when momentum was going against you, you found a way to steady the ship and calm the farm and emerge with the points. So some good stuff and some stuff to work on, which I think, to be honest, every coach likes to have at this time of the year. But that'll keep Flagstaff tied for top. And to be honest, they'll still be top because Ranella would have to win by an incredible margin to make up the gap. And of course, Happy Valley have the bye this week. For Christies, as mentioned, that close result means that Cove probably won't catch them on percentage. Not to say it secures a finals berth. We've still got 3 very interesting rounds to go. Elsewhere, as Ollie heads out to find his prize winner, 14 minutes into the final quarter at Ironbank, Port Noarlunga 18-10-118. They were very accurate early. Look, they've started to get a bit more inaccurate as the game went on. But they're 18-10-118, 51 points ahead of Ironbank Cherry Gardens, 9-7-61. Been keeping an eye all day at the Cove, and this one is over. And Cove, after 4 straight heartbreaking losses, of a win by a big margin. We'll tell you more about that in a sec, because let's go to Ollie.
So thanks for that, Phil. Heard them here with our player of the match, Darcy Mitchell. Fantastic game. Not only do you win the beanie, and it's pretty cold at the moment, you're probably hot, your iconic Dartfish filming footy beanie, you win the Archie's footwear as well. How'd you see the game, first of all?
Oh, lots of contest. That's what we expected from Christies. You know, they're strong, especially their senior players, really good, strong players. So we knew it was going to be a tough one, but, you know, it was going to be a 4-quarter effort, and we managed to do that.
Now, of course, you're the team's ruckman. Is there any opposition plays that you come across in other teams, any teams where the rucking is even harder?
Oh, well, Shan's pretty hard to go against. He's an absolute monster of a man. So I'd say Shan, and then probably Jakey from Ironbank. Similar, big, strong men. Yeah, so those 2.
All right, take your thons.
Thank you.
Fantastic for you. Last question.
Yeah.
We'll get a photo of you in a minute too. How do you see the rest of the season? You've got Port Noarlunga, you've got Ranella as well. Tough games to fight out the top spot.
Yeah, definitely tough, but it's good to have those sort of matchups going into finals, really see where you're at, and then hopefully we go deep into finals and we play it on the last day.
Thanks.
All right, well done. Good luck for you for the rest of the season. Get a photo of you, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you so much, Ollie. Yes, we're going to be seeing a bit of Flagstaff Hill. We've got them the next 2 weeks at Porties, and then Ollie will be back here for the big game against the Wineflies that may have minor premiership implications. And then Flagstaff, they do have the buyers. I'm not sure if Josh can get over that way. We've got another game of footy coming. How's this? I love this. Normally it's the kids, the guard of honour for the seniors. This time it's the seniors, the guard of honour for the kids.
Oh wow, look at that.
As the future of the Falcons surge. Look at them go. So it's the Falcons. We've had the Avengers today. Is this Falcons Civil War, maybe? Will there be some Winter Soldiers?
Yes.
What will be the end game?
The end. Sorry, mate. Well, I don't watch my superhero movies maybe as much as you, though I do like Indiana Jones and Spider-Man. We saw them earlier in the broadcast.
Yeah.
And just speaking there to Darcy Mitchell, our player of the match, very happy about the beanie, mind you.
Couldn't wait to wear it.
He couldn't. I asked him an interesting question about the hardest ruckman to go up against. Obviously, you weren't able to hear me, so tell me who you think he would have said.
The hardest ruckman to go against.
Give you a hint. You saw him today.
I saw him today. Oh, right. So the big man from Christies, which is
Shannon Archbold.
Shannon Archbold, okay.
Massive unit, he said. The hardest ruckman in the competition to go against. And I think if there was an all-Australian team, Darcy Mitchell would have that spot for me.
Well, he's all South Australian in terms of playing for the SA Country lads who won against WA Country in the Barossa last week. So he came back and obviously in fine form. The other results, as mentioned, Cove have got the win, and I have done the sums, and Christies are in fifth tonight by my calculations. And with the game has still got a bit to go. I might have turned the lights on at Ironbank at this rate. Port Noarlunga 18-11, 119. Ironbank 10-7, 67. 52-point lead to the Cockle Divers. We might start to wrap this one up, Ollie. Your summary of what we saw today.
My summary was they're on top for a reason, Flagstaff Hill. They were challenged in that second term. They were able to fight their way back after half-time. They got a lot of good players around the board. Darcy Mitchell's one. Blake Aldridge is superb up forward, one of the competition's best leading full forwards. Rosman's a good player. Kobe Hibbard's really shined. Mitchell Johnson, Nathan Beenham. Bradley Kirk's come back into the team in the later half of the year. He's won 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 premierships at Flagstaff Hill. He's won pretty much everyone, and they could be on for another.
Alrighty, well the ladder as it stands, remembering that Happy Valley have the bye and Ranella play Morford Vale tomorrow. Flagstaff Hill outright on top, 12-2. Happy Valley and Ranella, game in hand, 11-2. Port Noarlunga, let's say they're going to win, 10-4. Just hoping that Happy Valley or Ranella trip up. Not sure that's going to happen. Tied at 5-8, Christies Beach and Cove. Christies Beach the slightly superior percentage. And then it's Morford Vale and Ironbank at 2-10. Morford Vale to play. So Morford Vale 2-10, Ironbank 2-11, Aldinga 1-12. The games next week, Morford Vale host Cove. Cove looking to make it 2 in a row. Christies Beach host Happy Valley.
Right.
So maybe a chance for Cove to leapfrog the Saints.
Maybe.
Aldinga and Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Massive match for both sides. There's 2 points for someone.
Someone is going to have to win it there. And which game are we covering?
We're going to be down at the Cockle Divers as Port Noarlunga play Flagstaff Hill, which will be interesting because Port Noarlunga, they pretty much got a lock on fourth. They have guaranteed finals. They just, I guess, want the self-belief that it's a top 4 for the flag, not a top 3.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what Port Noarlunga will be hoping is the case, and we'll get to see it here live on Filming Footy next week. And, of course, we've got Flagstaff Hill and Ranella the week later. So we get to see a lot of the Falcons, and why shouldn't we? They're on top.
Well, the way their schedule works, it is lower ranked teams early and now the higher ranked teams late, so these are the games of the round. No doubt about it. I do want to thank our broadcast sponsors, ProBuild Australia. I do appreciate all their support for your renovation repairs. The Aussie Inn at Hackham and the Christies Beach Hotel, part of the RD Jones Group. Air Diffusion Australia, your one-stop shop air conditioning trade centre. Sam Demand from Demand & Co Real Estate. They're our major broadcast sponsors. Also got a shout out to Dartfish Live Stats, the Sportal Scoreboard keeping us busy today. Classic Clashes, UTF Trailers, Archie's Footwear, and of course Filming Footy. Ollie, thank you so much for your efforts today. Always great working with you.
Always great to work with you too, Phil.
And also thanks to Josh, our intrepid cameraman / coach, got the Falcons over the line. Hopefully he'll be welcome back in the coach's box in a fortnight. Next week, Port Noarlunga Flaggies. Until then, you've been watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Footy analytics made simple. Improve your team performance with My Dartfish Live S. Quickly tag key games actions during or after the match. Replay moments from the match, frame by frame or in ultra slow motion. Access richer content, dive into detailed statistics and filter what matters most with ease. Create playlists to show problems or areas for improvement and share them to your team. My Dartfish Live S supports Aussie rules football coaches to optimise team performance.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.